to Knucklehead Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings and you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk. Put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios. Vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! That's right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm bar, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb and the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
No, we'll do it live. Fuck it.
What's going on, everybody? It's a fucking Knucklehead Network. It's Knucklehead Comics in the building. They first blamed the quantity, then they blaming the quality, and now they blaming the fucking fans for the lower viewership. And we here to really talk about that motherfucker. What's really happening? Because we got the inside scoop. You see my man got an umbrella in the corner. That means he's prepared for anything. We got Cap in the building. They just call him V. What's going on? It's fucking Tuesday night and we out here. We live. We in living color. What's going on, guys?
What do you mean just V? Where's that from?
Huh?
What do you mean just V? Where's that from?
None. You know, I put random shit.
I know. That's why I'm asking. This one I don't get.
He got a V for Vendetta.
No, just V. I'm Vic. Just V.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Cyberpunk, the main character is named V. And whether you go male or female, your character, it's either Vincent or Valerie. So Cyberpunk main character, whichever way you go, is known as V, which is the rogue that I made in our little one shot. V, that's where it came from.
Yeah, that's why I stopped playing Cyberpunk, because I'm not Vincent.
You could be Valerie.
Yeah.
I was both Vincent and Valerie. I had multiple characters in that game.
I would be Valerie. That's a badass song from Amy Winehouse.
That is a good song from Amy Winehouse. Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, bruh.
Cheers to Loki episode 5.
Yeah. Oh, I want to know your thoughts.
Yeah. Because of the time phasing.
Yeah.
Time phasing actually had like a real meaning this episode, though. So I was more into it. Like, this is Loki deliberately time phasing. You know, getting the Time Avengers together. This is the Time Avengers. Easy. Like, pick that up in the beginning. But yeah. This felt different. The what is it? The god of stories. That's what Loki is now. The god of stories, which is a run that he had where he just feels like he wants to like be a better person. I feel like this is where they're pulling from. Like now he's like the god of stories.
Well, you know what that means. If he's the god of stories, then he's the one who has to be king at the end.
That's what I'm saying.
On the Iron Throne.
That's what I'm saying. So like I feel like this episode 5 to me, and we didn't even do introductions or nothing. We get right into it. Loki episode 5, Loki season 2, episode 5 was type dope, and I really enjoyed it. This felt like Witcher season 3, episode 5. Not as good, but I did enjoy how Loki is kind of just fucking really running the show. Like he's saving the TVA. So like what you said, is he the new Kang? Is he somehow working for Kang? Because like season 2 of Loki to me is just Kang Origins. It's just 6 episodes of Kang Origins.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, I was like, man, I don't know about this. But when we kind of brought it back to Loki with the last 2 episodes, episode 4 and 5, it made me feel a lot better about the direction that the show went. And I just, we got to see Mobius on the fucking jet ski finally. I thought that was cool. But yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes. The whole God of Stories, the whole Loki kind of running the show. Is he Kang? Is he time phasing from another universe where he is running the TVA? What's happening? I need to know. What do you guys think?
Right off the bat, I want to say, with all the stories coming out about Marvel and what we've seen with all the last 2 shows, I'm severely fucking upset that we have clear, beautiful writing, fucking even better acting. And I'm like, yo, where's this everywhere else?
Yo, facts. Like, why are we saving this for the big budget? Why are we saving this for Loki? Why can't we just get this everywhere? And it's direction, right? You can't have people directing a bunch of different projects. So like you can't have the same person directing different projects. Yeah. So clearly,
but
and Tom Hiddleston is on one. It's insane. He's on one. Like, wow. Amazing.
That's another thing. I was like, man, I think I even told this to Toe while we're watching. I was like, yo, why does Loki get to do the acting?
It's insane.
Like Thor's treated like a buffoon.
It's insane.
Tom Hiddleston gets to come out here and like emote and have different range and
facts. It is
Jesus Christ.
It is crazy how good Tom is acting right now. It is absurd. Yeah. This is the first thing I noticed. So you have been uncharacteristically quiet during this opening.
I'm letting y'all speak because
Loki's confusing.
Huh?
It's confusing.
Yeah, see, but to me, this is like Kang said it. It's just gonna happen over and over again.
Yeah. We're just gonna. Yeah.
So I don't think the universes or the timelines are being destroyed. I think they're inside the the probability storm.
There's a lot of probability shit going on here for sure.
Because it's either they're in a probability storm the same way that Ant-Man was, or Wanda's killing everybody. Because Wanda killed fucking Mr. Fantastic like that.
The spaghetti string caller,
yeah. So it's either that, or they're in a probability storm.
All right, wait. We're very excited. Are we gonna talk about the Marvels trailer after? Y'all want to do it before now? What do y'all want to do?
What trailer?
They have a new trailer. I didn't see it.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I didn't.
I've been watching the Echo trailer, which we got to get into.
Yeah, we got to get
we
the Echo.
We got to get
trailer.
into Echo. We got to get into Echo
Yeah.
100%. Okay, so let's just go into Loki and then
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out this trailer.
We're gonna slide into Loki real quick.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch it because in my head I was like, no.
I would honestly say, hey, Cap, before you, I know how you are with spoilers. You really don't care, like you still enjoy it. I would suggest you don't watch it, cause
as I'm living in a perfect world right now. I've heard
there's some exciting stuff happening. Yeah. People are going off with their theories, which I think are not correct, and I wanted to talk about it here. But if y'all don't, it's cool.
I'm gonna tell you. So I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm going to watch this trailer because I need something.
Yeah,
to make me want to go to the theater.
That's the one. That's the trailer. That's the trailer.
All right.
Yeah, that's the one.
So I'm gonna be quiet for exactly 2 minutes and 1 second.
Okay, all right, good. So, yo, for me, Loki it's one of those things. Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, so he's making the TVA. So now everybody's assumption of we were ripped from our timelines to be here is wrong. Everyone came willingly. At least these 4 people did. So now
I wouldn't say willingly, but they understood the assignment.
Yeah. But you know, it's one of those things. It's like this is rewriting history, like you said, rewriting the origins of Kang.
No, now, the god of stories.
Yeah. So now think about this: we got one Kang in Ant-Man that's been sucked into his energy shit for his time machine. Another one that's been in a probability storm. The insider of that fucking energy shit, when they embiggened it, was a probability storm. So now they're inside the energy source of the time travel, which essentially made time travel and being able to control the timeline possible. Mm-hmm. So maybe both of these Kangs are stuck the same way Loki was. And if they ever decide, like if they do build this shit again and they do fucking wrap up, they might just come right out of it. Now, this is a theory I've heard from somebody else. This is something I was thinking about because, in all honesty, Kang has to come back somehow. And we already see, there's a lot of foreshadowing. I've seen a lot of foreshadowing in this fucking show. And I think the same way that they got Loki out of the time looping is the same way they're gonna Kang one of the Kangs.
So Victor Timely got spaghettied.
Yeah, he got wandered.
But he's in the multiverse somewhere. Like I don't think that was the end of Victor.
Nah,
I don't believe that at all. Man, do you remember a time where we could just make assumptions and pie in the sky theories about the MCU and not have to worry about multiverses and shit? Because it's like, fuck, dog. It is a bit confusing to keep up, but I really enjoyed it. I think episode 5 is the best episode I've seen. Funny, coming from the guy that didn't enjoy all the time phasing in part 1. When we gave the time phasing some weight, though. Yes. At first, it's like, okay, he's time phasing everywhere because he came back, and it's like, oh, let's fix it. Boom. Now it's like, okay, time phasing has a purpose at this point, has a reason. So my question is this same Loki time phasing everywhere, getting it, or is there like a consciousness? If there's like another Loki somewhere else, putting a different Loki in different scenarios and spots to get these people, it gets a little confusing.
I think it's one.
It's the Loki, right? Loki. That's what I'm thinking.
Time slipping is, you know how Sylvie had He Who Remains temporal machine.
Yeah, the tempad.
The tempad. I think Loki has found a way to be the tempad
himself.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Good.
No. Are you going to talk about the trailer?
No.
Okay.
We could talk about the trailer when we get to that point. I was just going to say about episode 5 is this is the shit that we have been saying that we like the most.
Yeah, facts.
This is just No action whatsoever.
Just
This was
people hanging out.
Emotional. This was real people
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
Like this is what we need.
Yo,
Yeah, the action and shit is cool, but this is what we need to hook us, to ground us, to make us care about these characters.
OB just being an unsuccessful writer
Yeah.
in the universe is hilarious. Buddy, the dude in jail escaping
he's
Alcatraz, that was hilarious. Like that was fun.
To be honest with you, I honestly think that if Morbius saw that, he would have been disappointed.
If he saw what?
Remember how he said, "I can handle if something bad, but what if I left something good?" And all
Oh
that
yeah,
stuff.
that's
now,
why I think he knows. I think he knows what he left behind.
Yeah,
that's why he don't want to look.
He's the only one that was obsessed with the fucking jet skis. No one else, like what's her name, wasn't obsessed with being a doctor.
A doctor or helping. Yeah.
And this guy wasn't obsessed with escaping anything.
And he's actually like a good person in this one.
Yeah,
you know?
so
I'm not trying to say criminals. I'm not trying to say people in jail are bad, but I mean, there's a reason you're in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and one thing about Morbius is that the trait that he had when he was selling jet skis was the same trait he had when he was in TVA. He was work first oriented.
Always.
And I think
if
he
had jet skis in his crib, ready to show people off, like, yo, you want this? Like, yeah.
I think if he would have saw that, it would have clicked in him like, yo, I was a bad father. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're looking now on the outside in.
Maybe not a bad father, but could have been better father for sure.
I was just gonna say, do you think he's a bad father, or do you think he's just clearly a tragedy happened? The mom is dead.
Yeah, mom is exactly. Yeah. So he has to fucking work his ass off to support these two kids in a house. You know what I mean?
And it has to be somewhat new. Because it doesn't look like they have their shit together yet.
And the fact that he was looking to sell his personal jet skis, like, yo, I don't want to let it go, but you can tell that like he's trying to make ends meet. So when Loki shows up and he's like, yo, listen, this is gonna be weird, but you're part of this time variance authority where we do this and this and that. And he's like, yo, I got kids. I ain't going nowhere. Bro, your kids are in danger too. He's like, all right, we're doing it for the kids and whatever. And that makes a lot of sense. So, like, I wouldn't want to look back at that. If I left my timeline to go for the better good of the earth and my children, and someone tells me about this and I'm seeing it, like, I wouldn't want to see my life. I wouldn't want to see my kids. It'll hurt every time.
Yeah.
It'll hurt every time.
I do.
Reminds me of Interstellar. When Buddy's just crying like, yo, bro, do not go. Stay there with your kids. Don't do this. It's a bad move. Yeah.
I do have a question, though. So they said, oh, you don't want to see your life on the timeline. Are we sure that the Morbius we met is our Morbius from the TVA? And not just a variant who's living on a timeline.
Well, I would hope, because then that just makes it even more fucking confusing. I would hope this is our Morbius. I'm trusting that this is our Morbius.
My thinking is, if everybody unraveled at the TVA, that's essentially a pruning. Why would you go back? Like, why would the unraveling send you back to where you were and not to the end of time?
This is the thing, though. They're not sending you back. Loki is time jumping, so he's jumping back into a time that wasn't erased yet.
So, because ultimately, where Loki is time skipping from, this is already done.
Yeah, he's making these people variants by
the team has already been assembled.
Yeah,
at the time where Loki is phasing.
So he's making them variants. He's making them.
Bro, I remember when we could just, we could just pie in the sky about who's gonna show up. Now we gotta do math and quantum physics and shit.
I get all that, but peep this. Some of the branches were already destroyed.
Yes.
So are we just gonna sit here and conveniently go, oh, all these people's branches were not the ones we know were not destroyed, and he was able to go back in time to their branches and get them before they joined the TVA.
before they were destroyed.
Or again, is it like this, like the No Way Home, where they're like, "Yo, find me Peter Parker," and Peter Parker showed up?
No.
Because here's the thing.
That's a good question.
This is the thing.
Like,
What happened was all of that energy went somewhere, right? So the energy basically put them into a probability storm. Loki is time jumping. Well, that's what they call it, right? Time skipping into other timelines. And basically he's able to manipulate the probability that he finds his Morbius. Right? So you could be right. This is there's multiple Morbiuses. So this is the probability of Morbius never going to the TVA, of this girl never going to TVA, of what's his name never going to TVA and living normal lives. And now Loki has to take these same people and bring them into the TVA, because that's the only thing that makes sense if they're gonna keep going back. Because if you notice, they always get destroyed, because probability wise, when this thing blows up, this timeline gets destroyed. So you have it's gonna keep sending you to these places for you to fix the problem, because now you're in the probability storm. Yeah. Because technically, if time ends, there's no way Loki could skip.
Yeah, there's no time to flow through.
Yeah.
One of the realest things that Cap has ever said in this podcast that we've been doing for 2 some odd years, one of the realest things Cap ever said was, yo, when Marvel, during their comic book phase, started doing this multiverse shit, it also got confusing, and a lot of people tuned out, because you can just... So, like, again, that's my theme of this episode, at least my personal theme, how it was just easy to pie in the sky back in the day about who's showing up. Now the pie in the sky is who's in the timeline, where we at, who's in the future, who's in the past, who's in the present. Like, there's a lot of homework to do now. And going to the title of this episode, I think people don't want to math no more. It's like, bruh, it was cool when we was waiting. Think about the MCU. Amazing movies, but it was always about what came next and who came next, who showed up. Yo, who are we going to see in the after credit scenes? What cameo is going to show up in the movie? Now it's like, yeah, that's still there. That magic is still there, but what timeline are they coming from? Is it the right person? Like, they're talking about bringing Robert Downey Jr. in. I think that's the biggest mistake we can make right now.
Yeah, seriously.
Like,
pie in the sky, Cabs. Pie in the sky theory.
Please.
This is still one timeline.
Yeah.
With the probability of multiple universes.
Yeah, facts.
So basically, because Cap, you seen the trailer. I heard something. Now, 1,000,000% agree. Now, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, but this is what I heard. Something to this effect is going to affect the Marvels.
Yeah, well,
so, like, the Marvels are going to have to do something with what's going on a little bit, breaking the fucking time, into another universe and shit like that. So,
something. Yeah, it's happening. Yeah, not quite this.
No, but I know Miss Kamala Khan can jump into another universe with her bangles,
and they have a weird little time skipping thing that they're doing on their own, where they're phasing through. They're not phasing through timelines, but they're phasing through their bodies.
So imagine this, Cabs. Imagine Victor Timely is the same Kang that's in the quantum realm. The other Kangs that are coming are not what we expected. They're not all running timelines in their multiverse. They are locked away.
Okay, in one timeline?
No, they're locked away somewhere in another thing, in a separate universe. Maybe where Kamala Khan is or something like that, right? And they, now that Victor Timely has gone, can now invade this timeline to take over it.
So
Because he didn't make a multiverse. He made a probability verse where all the probabilities of the outcomes of what his choices are came to life. And it's still one multiverse that just got overcome by a probability storm. And the Kang dynasty and all that other shit is all those Kangs fighting, and we have to figure out a way to stop the probability storm.
So I hear that, but look at what Anthony just said. And do we think that this has anything to do with it? I feel like there's a lot of backpedaling on a lot of stuff because of what happened with Jonathan Majors. I think that when all of this shit happened, they're like, yo, we need a plan B. And even though Jonathan Majors won the case, they're like, man, that plan B kind of seems cool. So are they phasing out Kang?
Well,
And just kind of like letting Loki take over this weird kind of thing and then bouncing off somewhere else and just, I kind of hope not.
well,
Well,
one thing, he didn't win the case.
Well, he didn't
They
win the
won
case.
trial.
Yeah. But there's a
So-
lot of things in his favor.
So
Sorry,
this show
Not
happened before the
I
case,
don't
right?
think
Like,
so, but
Well, I thought things were going good for him.
well, no, because one, the DA decided not to they arrested the girlfriend, but they chose not to press charges,
Okay.
which is bad for Jonathan Majors. Then, with all the evidence that he said he had, the judge still went to trial instead of dismissing it, which again is not good for Jonathan Majors.
Well, I mean,
Because
he's black,
why go to
so-
trial if you're only
Yeah.
going to prove him
Yeah,
innocent anyway?
that to me seems racial, but whatever. We're not here to talk about that. We're not here to talk about that. Yeah. Sorry.
So didn't they finish filming this before all that shit happened?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what I think is happening is that Kang gave the ability for Loki to sustain the universe while he knew that Sylvie was gonna kill him.
Kang and Loki definitely is rocking somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's funny when we look back to season 1, Loki was the voice of reason. While
Yeah.
Sylvie,
And
You know?
he did offer both of them the ability to fucking run the timeline.
exactly. So
they
I
could've
think
been away.
there's a timeline where that happened.
Yeah, and that's probably why.
Sylvie's the bad guy.
Yeah, and that's why Miss
How we
Minutes,
always theorized.
and that's why Miss Minutes got to be pissed at Kang, because we want to believe it's a love story, but imagine Miss Minutes was when you die, I take over. You know what I'm saying? Because what would piss off an artificial intelligence? That one that's so attached, like I'm their successor. I can do this if you go and blah blah blah. Giving the reins to someone else.
Giving it to someone else. The god of stories, just fucking making timelines out there.
Yeah.
I loved episode 5. I
The one that's-
really like
the
like
one that's
I
left.
was, you know, Loki season 2 has been a little up and down, but I really enjoyed episode 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the one that's left gave the one that's there the power.
The one, and the one that was supposed to be there, Miss Minutes is upset.
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick to the whole, should they go with Doom? Should they replace? The easiest fucking answer in the world is these are motherfucking Kang variants. He can look like any fucking one they want.
True.
We just saw Loki, who was an alligator, a kid, an old man, a black dude. Just put another motherfucker in the role.
Yeah.
Yo, you know who would
It
kill that
doesn't
role?
matter. Like,
You know who would kill that role? T'Challa's uncle. Fucking the dude from This Is Us.
oh, Sterling K. Brown?
Yeah. He would kill that role. Remember in Predators? That motherfucker did have that little menacing
Nah.
shit in him.
Nah, there's only one person who can replace Jonathan Majors.
Going on, Habibi?
Mark Wahlberg.
Fuck that. If Mark Wahlberg's in this shit, I'm not watching Marvel no more.
I mean, he single-handedly saved the Transformers franchise.
What's up, Big Food? So yeah, maybe we can just turn Kang into a Nathaniel Richards variant.
Nah,
But
get what's his name? Brian
What I'm
Gosling.
saying is that you could do anything, but
Yeah.
but what I'm saying,
I mean,
to that
I have
point,
my
fucking,
issues. I have some issues with Jonathan Majors. Like I've been saying it from the beginning. Like, yo, just act. I feel like he overacts sometimes.
I think I know why.
I feel like it's sometimes it's a little too quirky, and I'm okay with it. I'm not saying that I'm mad at it, but sometimes it's like, yo, just act. But if you want to change him, I think it'll be a little fucked up, but I get it. And it's just
two things, man. One, I think he's overacting because they told him to play 75 different versions of the same guy.
100%. You got to be different. You got to make it different.
You got to be running out of ideas by version 5.
Yo.
2, they changed Terrence Howard. Nobody gave a shit. They changed Edward Norton. Nobody gave a shit.
Yeah.
Who else did they change?
Just like, we don't have to go that into it and make it like, we don't have to weave it into the story. Just fucking change him. You don't have to. If you want to, cool, but you don't have to.
We're all waiting for the version of Kang that we're really supposed to be afraid of.
Yeah.
What better, if you were going to recast him, what better way to delineate who we're actually supposed to be afraid of than somebody who doesn't look like Jonathan Majors shows up? Well, oh, this must be the guy then.
And if you want to say, hey, why don't you look like the other Kangs and make a story out of it? Cool. But you also don't have to. We all grew up in the Aunt Viv phase.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No one asked questions about Aunt Viv until we all got older. When we were kids, it was like, oh, it's a new Aunt Viv. But then now that we have internet and shit, everybody wants to get into the nitty-gritty of it. But back then, we didn't care. We just was watching Will.
Plus, again, we've seen other people be the same character. Like, we've seen different versions of the same character. It doesn't fucking matter at this point.
To be honest, I think the whole Rhodey being a squirrel thing, I kind of think they went with it because of the change earlier from I forget this guy's name to Don Cheadle.
Howard?
Yeah, from Terrence Howard. Yeah. There was like, because of that, let's just make him the Skrull.
No,
and we all saw how that happened. We all saw how that worked out.
Yeah. We all know what it looks like when you do something without a plan. And I'm saying this from the standpoint of a DM. Because when you show up at the table and you're supposed to tell a story, but you didn't plan that session and you just wing it, it clear as day. Oh, something got fucked up. And that's exactly what happened.
Something.
They're writing shit, but nobody's steering anymore.
And it's funny because Marvel has always kind of written themselves into weird corners. This isn't new, but now with all of this multiverse shit, and now with everyone having a podcast, and now with everyone kind of giving their own opinion on social media, you got people that are just looking for plot holes. So, Anthony, there's rumors if they keep Kang, they might combine his storyline with the alternate Reed Richards that became a villain. That might just get a little too confusing, but I mean,
we first got to get a proper Reed Richards.
That's what I'm saying. We need Fantastic Four first, and there's rumors now that Fantastic Four is going to be in a completely different universe.
Yo,
well,
I'm just saying that before you answer that, I'm just saying this. For everybody that came up with these rumors, I want to believe that people that are now being hired by Marvel have the ability to think.
Well, I would hope.
Well, She-Hulk would beg to differ. You know, the Secret Invasion would beg to differ. No one was thinking there.
Secret Invasion wasn't that bad, but
it wasn't. If you didn't see it, you're better off.
You didn't need to see it.
Yeah. And the reason why I say this is because without thinking, the first thing people said was Doom. Without thinking now, do Reed Richards. Because in the comics, Doom did do some shit like this. In the comics, Reed Richards' son is supposed to be Kang, or grandson is supposed to be Kang. I'm sorry to burst everybody's bubble. We're no longer in the comics. We don't know who Doom is.
Well, I mean,
we don't know who Reed Richards is in this in this movie era.
We need to get Reed Richards first.
We need an origin for these movies. You can throw Thanos in there because his whole entire story and his origin was get the fucking Infinity Stones and snap half the universe.
And we've been known about him
Yeah.
since Avengers 1.
Yeah, and he is literally a fucking alien traveling the universe with Gamora and fucking Nebula.
And so
doing this
remember, we've been said this, like, yo,
Yeah.
Marvel had it chill. They had 10 years to fucking work
Yeah.
on that story with Thanos. You only have about 5 to work on Kang,
Yeah.
and it's been kind of messy ever since.
Yep, and not for nothing. I hate to burst people's bubbles again. Doctor Doom is kind of like a human. He's a fucking human that had a witch mother
Yeah.
and a scientist for a father, so he's a fucking genius. Why would he automatically be in space trying to take over the goddamn multiverse? Without Reed Richards, like, this is the thing. He grew up trying to get his mother's soul from the fucking devil, right? He went to college and he met Reed Richards and Ben Grimm there in college. He already has history with them. By the time he was turning Doom, they went into space, turning the fucking Fantastic Four. This story runs congruent with each other. He cannot physically be Doctor Doom before the Fantastic Four comes out, unless they're already there also.
They can change it, but that's kind of what they're going with. There's a rumor where the Fantastic Four, and again, this is rumors, but the Fantastic Four that we're getting aren't really a Fantastic Four in 199999. It's a different universe. So in this universe, is Doom also going to be in that universe? There's a lot of questions.
I get it, yo, and this is where I said we're not in the comics no more, but there are storylines. But Doctor Doom's origin is not a fucking god controller. He's not a god emperor. His origin is not that. He's a human. No matter what story you hear, when he took over Wakanda, where he had the Infinity Gauntlet, when he took over fucking Asgard, he's a human. He's a very smart human. Humans come from Earth. They don't come from the sun. They don't come from Saturn. Now, if the Skrull kidnapped the fucking Fantastic Four, and the Skrull that are in the fucking that are in space that are gonna invade Earth with the Secret Invasion, they made super Skrulls based over the Fantastic Four because the Fantastic Four was a failed mission to space that they covered up. I get that because that happened also in the comics. But then we need that story to come up. And where the fuck is Doom? They didn't capture Doom.
And that's the problem. I think Marvel has gotten to a point where the question of where have they been this whole time is we're kind of asking it too much now. So we're bringing in all these people, and it's like, well, where were they at this whole time? And people are just sick of the excuses. And now with this whole rumor about Fantastic Four, the whole question of where are they now? It's like, oh, well, they were in a different universe. And it's like, well, we've been having multiversal wars the last couple of years. They ain't heard nothing. They ain't heard a peep. No one seen nothing on a scanner. No peep, 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 peep anywhere. This is why I'm saying.
This is why I'm saying.
I hear you.
The people need to think. You can't just throw shit out there.
Yeah. We gotta make it work within the MCU. The same thing with Spider-Man when he showed up. The whole fucking Civil War where they took pieces and took other pieces. So, I mean, we're pieing in the sky in a more critical way at this point, maybe. But it's just Marvel is really confusing now, where it's like, and I don't know, because maybe we didn't know about Marvel enough, about the MCU enough back in the day, where we didn't know that people were always gonna show up and this. So now when we think about, okay, who's gonna show up next? What are we doing next? There's too much ambiguity around that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, man, they could just fucking bring anybody and from this universe and that universe, and it's like 838. Are we ever gonna go back to 838 again, or is just 838 just dead?
Yo, if it was up to me, there would be no more 838s. I would honestly, I would fuck around and do a Saw shit where one of these movies fucking connect the dots for everybody.
How
so
funny.
That way people will be like, oh, this fucking this phase sucked because none of it worked with each other. They didn't explain nothing. And then one movie goes, what Miss Marvel did over here activated that. What they did activated that. What they did this activated this, and then everything needed to happen. And then you see, oh, look at the way they did that. Like you forget everything that you was disappointed.
How funny would be if in like Loki episode 6, you have just Loki going through different universes, like 838, delete, paint, delete.
Yeah.
He's just
I'd be more impressed if Loki turned around and was like, dude, when did that get there? And it's just a hand in the ocean.
like
And
what?
like, ah,
Delete.
somebody noticed it. And then we get to move on.
Yeah, there's just it's too much. It's just too much questions at this point.
You know what it is? It's because a lot of people have been saying, and different podcasts that I've been watching and different things, that it has now gotten to the point where it's too much
Yeah,
to watch.
It-
And Marvel themselves have admitted
yeah, they know.
it's too much.
Yeah,
So to your point,
6
it's like, how
episodes
come
will never be
this
too much.
wasn't a thing in the past.
it's not that 6 episodes is too much. It's just that there's too much show.
There's too much content.
There's too much content.
And
Yeah.
before we had Iron Man came out, and then we had a Time to Breathe, and then the next thing came out, and Time to Breathe. And here, there's no time to breathe. It's just the next thing, 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 the next thing. And for
And
people who are not doing this,
If it was easy to follow, it wouldn't be a problem though.
yeah,
And that's what I think. Phase 1, 2, and 3, that shit was easy to follow. We didn't have multiverses and shit.
And-
The craziest shit that would get us would be like, oh shit, he said Wakanda 5 years ago. We ain't
Yeah.
even know. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, it's confusing to keep up. We remember
Also-
Marvel got big, phase 2, phase 3, and people were like legit going back and doing homework. No one wants to do homework anymore.
Yeah. Also, check this out. Thor Ragnarok came out in what, 2017?
Jesus
Then
Christ.
we got Thor Love and Thunder, like what, 5 or 6 years later, something like that. Shang-Chi still sitting with no sequel coming out.
Yo, bruh.
Still sitting with no sequels. Like, we had a group of characters in which we had multiple movies, then they teamed up, multiple team ups, and it centered around something. Here, we're just like, here's 57 characters, and now here's 57 more. Like, there's no fucking.
Which
The,
is
only, the first real sequel we have, or the only sequels we got, Guardians, which we've had in the first fucking phases.
yeah.
Wakanda Forever, which we had in the first fucking phases. Loki, which we had in the first fucking phases. Nobody in this new set has gotten their own fucking, has gotten a sequel or.
And it's because of
Miss
Marvel
of
Captain Marvel getting.
well, that's the first one we're really getting.
Yeah.
But that's because of too much. There's so much content that they can't keep up with the content. If we have a problem keeping up with the content, that's one thing. But if you guys that are pushing out the content are also having a problem keeping up, that's crazy. Because to Cap's point, think about phase 1 and phase 2. How long did we leave anybody in the Bunsen burner? Like, how long did we leave somebody without seeing a proper sequel? Like, it doesn't happen. But Shang-Chi, we really haven't heard shit.
Yo, how many movies did Iron Man get it all 3 before? He got all 3 before, definitely in Infinity War.
All 3
Well,
before
he got two. He got two before the Avengers, and the third one was right after the Avengers. Remember the third one? He suffered from post-traumatic stress from throwing the bomb in outer space.
So here he had 2 before the big movie. Cap had like 2 before the big movie, or he had 1 before the big movie and then 2 after before the next thing. Like, everybody had their fucking, all the cogs or all the toys were being used, and now we were supposed to move on to a new set of toys. But this is like the kid who you give a box of toys and he picks one and is like, cool, next one. Cool, next one. It's like,
yeah, it's sad.
Well,
Give me a second. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
The problem is they're introducing all these new characters with the old characters. Like Doctor Strange, they introduced fucking America Chavez with Doctor Strange. and then they introduced a whole new multiverse with Doctor Strange, and then they pretty much erased that multiverse. Then they put him somewhere else, and then Spider-Man was basically a fucking Marvel movie that was just, we're just gonna introduce the Spider-Verse. That was a standalone movie by itself. Then the Guardians of the Galaxy, that was a standalone by itself. Shang-Chi was the only movie that, off the top of my head, that actually introduced a main different character.
Well, that and the Eternals.
That and the Eternals, but the Eternals apparently don't exist in this timeline. The Eternals don't exist. So then what they do, they introduced off the TV shows, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, fucking Spectrum, right? That's her name.
Yeah.
Monica Rambeau.
Yep.
From the Disney Plus shows. And the reason why everybody is asking all these questions are from the Disney Plus shows, because of what's up with Kang, what's up with this, what's up with that. No one's talking about the shit that's happening in the movie, because the Disney Plus shows are introducing these characters. Now, when you only have 6 episodes to introduce these characters, you cannot bring in shit from the movies. So now you're sitting there going, okay, all this time happened. We got all these movies from the old people. What happened to Shang-Chi Part 2? He's not even making a fucking cameo in any of this shit. Why? Because they introduced those new characters in such a minute way that it was like, these are our main characters. Look, we just made a Shang-Chi movie because people wanted to see a Shang-Chi movie. That also happened in its own universe. The Eternals happened in its own universe. Fucking Quantum Realm in its own. None of it actually happened in the actual timeline. We're so worried about what's happening with Kang, we're completely missing what happened with Namor, what happened with the fucking the shit on the street with Captain America, because Captain America burnt a whole new world is coming out. Because it used to be what was the name of it before?
I think it was New World Order. Now it's like Brave New World.
Yeah, Brave New World is coming out, and that's all gonna do the street level shit. The reason why this is the thing where it's like, you're gonna make a movie with Kang, and in the middle of everything, all of this low level shit is gonna happen, and I'm pretty sure this low level shit is gonna be phenomenal. But what's gonna happen in those things is now gonna be contradictory to what you just did in Loki. How are you gonna explain to me Captain America is gonna be solving these issues when time runs congruent with each other and they just destroyed the timelines? Are you telling me that Loki is gonna fix the timelines before everything happens? Like, it's just gonna be like a blink of an eye? We're gonna be re-blipped? Is that what gonna happen?
Re-blipped is a funny term.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to Loki, this shit took fucking 3 years to fix the timelines, but to us, it was 3 seconds.
Yo, that's why somebody said something in a video that at first I was against. I was like, what?
Oh no, Hassan.
But then the more I thought of it, the more it made sense, and the more I agree. It's like, using multiverse of time travel is kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah. It's not that I wouldn't say it's stupid. It just devalues a lot.
Well, so I remember Cap mentioning this before. They did do a multiverse conversion where they put it all into one, and that's how you got Miles Morales into the main, fucking line. Now, if they're doing that in a very piss poor way, because to be honest with you, if that was the case, I would have loved to see more multiverse shit. I would have loved to have gotten let's say fucking Shang-Chi was in a different universe. The Eternals were in different universes. We got fucking Miles Morales from another fucking universe. Like, we already got all these Spider-Man from the ones we saw from the Sonyverse. Why wouldn't you introduce those people? So that way, when you did have a fucking universal war with Kang, it's like, yo, I know you guys want to save everybody's lives, but we're gonna have to do what the original Kang did and make one fucking multiverse. And try to just put everybody into this one.
Which is kind of what they're going for with Secret Wars. They're just gonna reboot everything to here. We're going to be rebooted into a universe where the X-Men and the Avengers have always existed.
Picture this. By the time we get to Kang Dynasty and Secret War, the two Avengers movies, how many people, How many people are we gonna have to explain who Kate Bishop is, who Shang-Chi is, who Kamala Khan is, who Moon Knight is, if he's even in there, who this new Blade is?
I don't think we're gonna get Blade anytime
Just say
soon.
Wesley Snipes.
Like all these characters that showed up once and they're gonna show up in these movies, they're gonna be completely overshadowed by the fact that Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is probably gonna be in there. We already know Hugh Jackman Wolverine is gonna be in there. There's talks that Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is gonna be in there.
Like headlining, apparently.
Yeah, so
what?
you have 3 characters who are 10 times more known showing up in your movie, that when the other characters that are supposed to have been here, nobody's gonna give a shit.
And that's why the shows are there.
Who's
But
gonna give a shit that Sam picked up the shield and is leading an Avengers team? Hugh Jackman's sitting on screen right now.
Unless
I never thought of it like that. But
unless that Secret Wars is Sam picking up the shield and leading the Avengers team against the X-Men.
But even so, everybody's gonna be more concerned with the X-Men then. Who's playing X-Men? Which X-Men are gonna show up?
You never know.
So
you never know.
Your black shirt meshes into your black chair, and you got like a real Into the Spider-Verse Kingpin thing going on right now, where I just see your head, and it's just like, you know, you look fucking brolic. That shit looks great. My bad. Yo, son, I was like, especially when you did that. My bad. Yeah, there's a lot, bro. There's a lot going on. There's just a lot going on, even for the fans. Like, and you know me, like I'm gonna love the MCU forever, but fuck it. Even for me, it's a lot.
You know, I hate this shit because I'm a guy. I'm a glutton. I want a lot.
Mr. Loki, you tell us where Blade fits in.
Word.
You tell us.
I honestly think that this is bad fucking. They just threw paint on a wall and called it art. Because, in all honesty, I'm telling you now, Moon Knight was awesome, but they didn't take advantage of anything from Moon Knight. Moon Knight could have showed a fucking iteration of Kang. They showed Alexander.
I thought that was what we're gonna do when they went into the pyramids. Yeah. I thought we were gonna see Rama-Tut. That's what I thought. I really was like, "What? We're gonna do this?" But no.
Yo, didn't they open up? They opened up the coffin, right?
Yeah. It was Alexander the Great or some shit.
And I thought they were gonna reference to him as, you know, Rama-Tut and all of that, but they didn't. But there's just so that's another thing. What is Moon Knight doing?
This is what I'm saying. You see how easy
and now we're gonna get Echo.
Are?
Now we're gonna get Echo, which to be honest, I'm actually excited about Echo just because it's ground level shit. I feel like Echo is just gonna be easy to follow. It's just Echo in Hell's Kitchen with Daredevil and King. I feel like it's actually going to be simple to follow.
Before we get into Echo, because I want to get into that, but I'm just saying, how cool would it be if we got Loki looking for Sylvie, they go back in time, and they go to a place where something like the Fantastic Four is fighting.
Yeah.
And Loki's like, wait, they're not supposed to be here. And Morbius goes, yeah, they are. We can't interfere with that. And we leave. On some, they went back in time to fight Rama-Tut. Like originally. That's where they were.
I think we might get something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
We're not exactly Fantastic Four, but we're going to pass by something. And Morbius is going to be like, Loki, let it go.
You know, like,
then just come back.
I know, all right, Cabs is tired of talking about Star Wars because that's all he talks about all day.
I gotta change it up.
Yeah, but I'm gonna reference it. When Ahsoka went into the World Between Worlds, that came from the TV show. Everybody was doing this, and They just did that to get her to talk to Anakin again. Now,
Yo,
Apocalypse.
What you said was just Chinese. That's crazy.
Yes. So think about you remember the Apocalypse episode where he went into the end of time and he was trying to, get all these connections. Bishop was there with that fucking guy in X-Men.
Okay. Okay. I thought you were still talking about Star Wars.
No.
And then you said
Yeah.
Bishop.
So when Apocalypse.
You're talking about from
the
X-Men
cartoon.
Okay, gotcha.
When he went to the end of time with his people to start a thing and made the Four Horsemen again and try to make Magneto death. Yeah. That's someplace we can go. It can be occupied.
You want to start introducing the Four Horsemen?
No, I want to introduce that there was someone here. Like when you go back to
remnants, someone left remnants of something.
Yeah. Like when they went back to fucking the He Who's Left, and he's sitting there dead. Someone noticed, yo, there's something. There was a footprint or something there. Someone traveled.
Well, not
here.
necessarily there because he's at the end of time, so no one really could go there. Or someone showed up at the end of time.
Apocalypse has the fucking power from aliens. You see what I'm saying? Like something very minute can do something. You know why? Because it's not even the fact that they need to connect. Just the fact that some people only hold interest in that. Some people watch these shows to see how they connect.
Some people, and not only that, some people watch these shows, or a lot of people are used to the MCU as a kind of like, okay, so who's coming next? So I think that's the big issue now, because back in the day it was, okay, so who's showing up next? Where now we're all used to new people showing up. But now the question is, what's coming next?
Yeah.
And that's the problem, where it's like a little confusing. But like even this last trailer of the Marvels, there is like a big rumor, which I don't believe. I'm not buying into it. There's a huge rumor. Huge. Like, and I think everyone's wrong. I totally don't agree. And I feel like people just pie in the sky. But that's the feels that I like. I like the whole who's showing up next, not what's coming next. I've always trusted Marvel with what's coming next. But I always enjoyed the surprises of who's coming next. Whereas now, I'm already used to new people coming, and now it's like, okay, so what's next? And it gets a little confusing. I enjoyed the time where all I had to worry about was who's going to show up next.
Yeah.
Now it could be a new universe. Now it could be this person doing this person. And again, I'm not trying to be a hater, and I know that sometimes we say things that might not have been exactly what we said last time, and it's hard to podcast, y'all. It's hard. But at the end of the day, I am still a fan. It just has gotten a little confusing and tough to keep up.
Yeah. Yo,
as a comic fan, it has.
Cap, before you go. Yeah, Cap, before you go. Now, the to reference some shit I was saying and what you were saying, who's coming next, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest things that came out of Ahsoka were conspiracy theories.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what Disney wants.
So
Disney
there was
wants
a character
writing about that.
Yeah. So there's a character that was in Ahsoka that everyone assumed was from the video game. Okay. Didn't happen. It didn't happen. People were disappointed, but that was the main. New
homie from the Jedi Survivor.
No, Starkiller from the Force Unleashed.
Yeah,
from the Force Unleashed.
Yeah, they were saying that was him.
Great
it didn't turn
character.
out to be him. Yeah, it didn't turn out to be him. They were saying that was him. Now here's the thing, though. That was what everyone was talking about, and when that disappointed people,
and when it didn't happen, everyone got mad.
Yeah, but all of a sudden. It's not explaining this. It's not doing that. Like you saw the tone go down. So people are always on an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah. You
can mention someone or you can show something and people would always be like, yo, dude, that's Galactus. Or dude, that's Apocalypse. Or the X-Men's here. The fucking little bit of X-Men shit that they played during the fucking...
Well, that was deliberate.
No, but during Miss Marvel. Everyone, oh my God, the X-Men are coming. She's a mutant. that is what people feed off of, and they're not doing that because, like I said, you don't need to deliberately say shit.
Yeah.
Just drop a little hint in here and there. That's the reason why people are so like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Because there's no hints. It's just imagine me going, you better clean your room. You don't want me going in your room if you don't clean it.
Then
What you gonna do
you get this.
Yeah, what you gonna you ain't gonna do shit. Now you get the I'm gonna tell your father if you don't clean the room. Oh no, they're gonna beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just that whole thing where there's nothing there to grab people. Secret invasion.
I feel like there
was
too
nothing there.
much. I feel like there's okay. So think about Secret Invasion. What was there to grab anyone in terms of like a multiversal thing?
The fucking Rhodey was a
Skrull.
But that was just because of Don Cheadle.
And
that's
everyone
not even multiverse.
And that's not even exactly. But in terms of not multiverse, but I meant like the MCU verse.
Yeah.
Like what is gonna leak out of that to the rest of everything? That's what I meant. And it's like everyone called that. So it's like you call it, and because you called it, you get disappointed. But when you call it and it doesn't happen, you also get disappointed. So that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, it was about who's showing up next. Hey, who can we possibly see next? Now it's about who's showing up next. Where are we gonna go? What universe is this? So if you aren't, it's not like grabbing people.
If we would have called it, and when they went into the fucking the thing, and those people there were being held captive, and Terrence Howard was there. Then everybody like, oh, they did replace it. That would have busted so many nuts.
So look at Mr. Loki. Look at what Mr. Loki said. I don't know. It feels like Marvel is playing or just going for new characters to write. So that's what I'm trying to get at, right? Where back in the day, the point was who is next? Who are we gonna see next? Where now it's just write them up without any kind of like substance, maybe like just write new characters over and over and over again to have everyone in the know or to like introduce everyone to all of these characters before we put them in Secret Wars. Well, I don't know. I just felt like I feel like the Easter egg hunts were just cooler back then. Not cooler. I don't know what I'm really trying to say. Like
I know what you're saying, because before when people said an Easter egg, it was this led directly to that.
It was about a person mostly.
Yeah. Now some of these Easter eggs are like, yo, my man, where the fuck you get that from?
Hot yoga.
Like fuck, bro. Like okay, like
you see how
one dude
was in the quantum realm.
Not to go back to Star Wars, but one video, this dude literally said they said this name in this episode, which foreshadowed Anakin showing up, and I was like, but motherfucker, they said that name 2 episodes ago, and they didn't show up. That's the name of the fucking thing. Like that what?
It's just I feel like it's just
you know what it is? Dude, I just want one comment.
Please.
If Terrence Howard would have been in that fucking trap, I would have been like everybody in the fucking Marvel universe is racist. Not to notice that Rhodey went from being light skinned to Don fucking Cheadle. Like that's a mad fucking.
You guys all look the same.
Yeah, we don't see color here.
We don't see color here.
The Edge said, "Rhodey."
That's funny. You remember a few years ago, the WWE. I know, Cabs, you're not that much into wrestling, but a few years ago, the WWE was in a crisis.
Yo, I was wondering where Ty was.
Waiting for the racist shit.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon was fucking shit up. Not pushing new stars, constantly relying on the old guys, didn't understand what the roster he had, didn't know how to use them. That I feel is like what's happening now in Marvel. They refuse to make new stars. They just brought a bunch of people on the roster, but we're still using the old fucking wrestlers. We're still using the old characters.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And they refuse to make the new ones.
Or at least make the new ones interesting.
Yeah, because look at what do we get?
Well, the new one.
Well,
brought
or
up
give
Shang-Chi
them
again, right?
enough time, because let's think about the new ones.
Rely on them.
We got
Yeah.
Shang-Chi. There's like, at this point, I might have just preferred a Shang-Chi show if I could have just had him a couple more for a longer time.
But
Then we
here's
got
the
Miss
thing.
Marvel, who's getting her stuff. Congrats
Yep.
to you. And then where's Moon Knight?
She
Where's
got that-
She-Hulk?
Where's that
Oh.
beacon?
Where's that
Miss Marvel's
beacon?
getting her shine now, but what came out of Shang-Chi? It was supposed to be that Shang-Chi was going to return and his sister was going to return as the new leader of the Ten Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we got how Abomination broke out of jail for 2 minutes to go fight Wong.
Well, no,
That's the only thing we got from Shang-Chi.
we did see Miss Marvel, and she was talking about, you know, like the beacon, and that she didn't know where this tech came from. So the thing is, where's that tech? Is this tech just gonna turn into the bands? Are we gonna see that now? I think what we can all get out of the last hour of speaking is that we want more Shang-Chi. Like what?
Yeah.
Where is Shang-Chi?
I want more Shang-Chi before the actor, which I butcher his name all the fucking
Gabriel
time.
Iglesias.
Simu Liu. There you go.
Simu.
So I want more Shang-Chi before Simu Liu talks himself out of being fucking Shang-Chi.
I think
This
that's what's
motherfucker
happening.
gets some. Sometimes he's right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, my man, shut the fuck up, bro. You
Just
did
chill,
one movie. Shut up.
Just chill.
Yo, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the problem is the Marvels are listening too much to people, and I honestly think that some of these podcasts that Marvel allows to show their clips when they do the Easter eggs and all other shit, they might be listening too much into them, because they got a lot of inside information when they do these fucking explanation of the shows and then all this other shit. They're like, yo, I know exactly what the story is. Nigga, are they telling you or you telling them? Because right now it seems like they're getting fucking references, or they getting outside consortiums to come in and tell them how to do a story.
Let's see what's getting the clicks.
Yeah, like these motherfuckers that are just coming up with shit. It seems like they're the ones telling Marvel, "Oh no, there's too much. The people don't want to watch because it's too much." Bullshit. You don't know, because this is one of the things I've heard. The subscribers to Disney Plus have risen. The viewership of the fucking the Marvel shows have declined. It's not because it's too much. It's because there's no reason to watch it.
If you're getting Disney Plus, it's most likely for the MCU stuff.
No,
It could be for the movies, or because of the kids
or
shit.
for the Disney stuff, either
Yeah.
the Star Wars stuff
They have,
or
yeah.
MCU. Like,
But
do you really need Disney Plus to watch all of those cartoons? You can get them somewhere online.
Well, I'll tell you right
but here's
now.
the thing though.
The last 4 shows, the last 2 from Star Wars, Andor and Ahsoka, and the last 2 Secret Wars, Secret Invasion,
yeah.
and Loki, have all 4 been the lowest watched things
So I'm saying, that
are coming out. So
exactly my point. So it's like,
if the subscribers going up, it has nothing to do with Marvel and Star Wars.
yeah.
They're on the decline right now.
So why would you get Disney Plus if it's not for that?
I'm willing to bet there's a lot more Disney-centric people than there are Marvel or Star Wars, because we're talking about
facts.
families.
No, facts. But everything besides those exclusive shows that are on those platforms, you can get that shit all over the internet. You don't need to pay for it, is my point.
This is what I'm saying. Like, right now, as of Q3 of 2023, Disney Plus is the second biggest service for video on demand. It's the second biggest.
Next to Netflix?
It doesn't say next to what.
What does that mean if streaming services as a whole are like kind of all over the place?
I tell you right now,
but
streaming services as a whole are down.
Yeah, they're not. That's what I'm saying. They're not
So
doing
even
well.
though Disney's the second biggest right now, there's still streaming as a whole. The only streaming service that has any, because I watched a whole video on this. The only streaming service that has had any growth of significance, because all of them had a decline.
Is
They've all
Max?
lost
Is it
in this
Max?
past year. Peacock is the
Peacock.
only one that's actually had a growth.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you're essentially the skinniest kid in the fat class. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're the skinniest, but this is the fat class.
But here's the thing, right? Take all that aside. We watch Marvel because we love it.
Yes.
Some people watch Marvel to keep up with the story.
Yes.
Now, if someone came up to you and said,
You can be both.
yeah, if someone came up to you and was like, yo, do I need to watch Moon Knight? Nah, not really. It doesn't do nothing for the story.
You don't, but it's amazing.
Do you need to watch She-Hulk? Not really. Do I need to watch Loki season 2? I mean, they're just gonna have the movie come out anyway.
I think you don't have to, but I would like you to.
Can I explain this way, Vin?
That's the thing. When they watch these fucking people,
there's no content to watch anymore. Cause me and Cap were talking about that shit episodes back, where it's like even Captain Marvel, you kind of had to go and watch it. So as much as people hated the whole movie, the character, whatever it still did great in the box office because you had to go watch it before Endgame and Infinity War and all of that. Nowadays, you really don't have to watch most of these shows. You don't have to watch. Out of all of these shows, I would say that the ones you really need to watch is WandaVision, Captain America Winter Soldier, and Loki season 1. You don't even really have to watch Loki season 2. Because the origin of Kang, just get the info later. Like, you watch the Batman movie, or you watch the Spider-Man movie, where you're just like, I don't need the
origin.
Just get to it.
Plus, I don't need the origin of this one. There's 57 other ones.
That's what I'm saying, like, and it sucks that we're there because Marvel used to be must-see TV, and not all of it was great must-see TV, but it was still must-see. Like, you kind of had to watch Iron Man 3. You had to see him go through what he went through in that movie. You know what I'm saying? You had to watch Ant-Man 1. Did you have to watch Ant-Man 3? Maybe.
They wanted it to be.
They wanted it, but you literally had to watch Ant-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah. And the crazy shit is, you didn't have to watch Loki season 1 to know what happened in Ant-Man 3 because those Kangs were different.
Yeah.
The Kang in Loki season 1 would not have explained Kang in Quantum Realm.
And you know what's funny? Despite Kevin Feige saying, "Oh, what Sylvie did help set off the chain in Spider-Man: No Way Home," did it really? Because if you didn't watch Loki season 1, Spider-Man: No Way Home still fucking happened. The reason the thing is because he fucked up the spell. Like, it's self-contained.
What's up, El Poli?
What's going on? I was gonna say I ain't even gonna try to say that.
El Poli, yeah.
I want to explain something to you and see if this makes sense to you, right?
Yeah.
Because the whole too much content thing, you're against that whole argument.
Yeah.
Now, I watch Critical Role, right, every Thursday. For me, I've seen every fucking thing they've done, pretty much. But if you ask me where to start, or what to watch, or you wanted to, to catch up, there's one season that has over 148 episodes at 4 to 5 hours each. There's a second season that has over 138 episodes, 4 to 5 hours each. There's this new season that's up to 76 episodes, 4 to 5 hours each. There's probably like 21 shots that are 4 to 5 hours each. Where are you diving in? This, if you're not on it from the beginning, there's too much for you to simply catch up. Where do you jump in? What do you watch? Do you need to watch something before you watch something else?
So look at
overwhelming.
Look at what Mr. Loki said. We need follow up on new characters they made.
Yeah.
More than ever, we need Luis to just kind of tell us what's going on.
Yo, but
like honestly, or can you imagine just the same way they do the Groot shorts? We have Luis and Ant-Man shorts of the Ant-Man podcast.
Yeah,
and it's just them catching you up for 5-10 minutes. Literally, they don't have to do anything else. Just these two talking about shit.
So let me answer your question, Cap.
Consejo de fútbol.
Yeah, this is the Wednesday sports.
Miércoles.
Yeah.
These Puerto Ricans don't understand what you're saying, bro.
Yo, son las 12 en la biblioteca.
You know what consejos meant?
Yeah, Jose Consejos? Hell yeah.
But anyway, so to answer your question, Cap.
Jose Consejos.
If I turn around and was like, yo, I like this.
Yo, you made me snort, bro.
No entiende español. Yo, if I turn around and was like, yo, I like this.
Yo hablo español.
Es
todo no.
Pero no sabe.
Flaquito.
No. Yo hablo español, mi primer idioma. Pero ellos son boricua, de Nueva York. Eso significa que no hablan nada de español.
Sí.
Yeah. I understood every word you just said.
Yeah, but you can't speak it back to me. Yeah.
Hold on. Yo soy boricua para las Nueva York. No hablo español.
Yeah, you see, you mad no sabo right now.
Yo, first off, all of my Spanish sounds exactly like English.
So Cap, your Spanish is better than Toes, for sure.
Yeah.
You're the older kid.
Because I can tell people fluently no hablo español. I can tell them I don't speak Spanish.
And you spent time, you spent time, yeah.
I remember, I'm from the Bronx.
Okay, pero el Poli, ¿por qué tú viniste aquí para consejo de fútbol? Estamos hablando de Marvel. ¿A ti te gusta Marvel? Si no te gusta Marvel, ven el miércoles, que aquí va a haber todos los consejos de fútbol que tú quieres. Bueno, no de fútbol, pero de deportes.
we still not going to be talking about no fucking soccer. But here's the thing, though.
Who knows about goalkeepers is probably me, and I'm not.
He's saying that we are on a goalkeepers. He's saying that we are on a sports category. Así que una categoría de deportes salimos nosotros. Es posible que el episodio de mañana, porque nosotros tenemos podcast de lucha libre, tenemos podcast de comics, tenemos podcast de deportes.
There you go. I tell them I changed it if it's that fucking important. They interrupt our goddamn conversation about a fucking Marvel.
I mean, it's someone talking at least.
Shit.
Look at how
I don't give a fuck about what category we're on. We're talking about fucking Marvel, and I've been trying to say this fucking thing for the past 5 minutes, and he's fucking interpreting to you about soccer. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. We could be on fucking porn.
Él dice gracias.
Shit.
Look what he said. Please do not get mad. He literally just...
Shit.
El Poli, gracias, men. Pero ven mañana para el deporte. Pero
sí.
Aquí no hay fútbol. Aquí no hay fútbol. Nosotros somos americanos.
Yo,
aquí no hay
gracias. Pero ya. We're talking about fucking Spanish. We're talking about fucking Marvel, all right? Nada más.
Oh, man. This nigga, bro. Oh, my God. Oh, that was the funniest shit that has ever happened here. El Poli, perdón, pero gracias por la risa. Wow.
Pero, yeah. So now it's okay. Muy bien. Listen. Todo bien.
Yo, son,
Listen.
that's going in the clips of the week.
Yeah. Listen. Now,
man.
Cap asks if I wanted to start watching Critical Role, where do I start? Right?
Oh my god.
Now, the funny thing is, if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch the TV show that actually went off of what their first storyline, the second storyline, and first campaign, so you get the gist of it. You get to some shit. Another thing is, if someone asks me, "Yo, I want to start watching the MCU, where do I start?"
The beginning.
I would say the beginning because it's a week's worth watching.
I mean, you got to take PTO.
Yeah, but
Like,
yo, look,
you're not doing anything else that week but watching this shit.
No, yeah, but after Infinity Wars and Endgame, then you can pick and choose. But here's the thing.
Yeah. Yes,
But
yes.
here's the thing. When it comes to shit that has too much content for a new person, start on the newest thing. Why?
Really?
Yeah. The reason why I would
Really?
say that is because these stories are independent from each other. So if you start watching Loki right now, there's nothing you can watch that prerequisite. You feel me? The only thing that you ever need to watch something before is if you were to watch Endgame and Infinity War. If you watch,
So somebody tells you right now,
if-
where do I start the MCU? You're gonna say Loki season 2?
I'm gonna say Avengers 1.
That's actually not a bad place to start.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Avengers 1.
That's like kind of where it all started.
But you
Yeah,
might get confused at who the fuck all these characters. All right.
No, but they explain some shit there. But the thing is, with right now, when you start watching Loki, it doesn't prerequisite anything. But shit, I lost my fucking train of thought.
It's El Poli's fault.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. El
There you go.
Poli, si
Now-
sigues aquí, se cuida igual.
They all fucking explain shit, right? But like I said, it's all independent. They don't go off anything. There's nothing you can watch. Like if you watch Ant-Man, that's what I was gonna say. If I said watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3, you don't really need to watch anything else. They explain Gamora. If you wanted to see it, you can.
I mean,
It's an eye opener for
Are
to go see it.
you saying that because you understood the whole
No.
Gamora thing?
No, but this is the thing though. If I said go watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3, you're watching something like, oh, okay, this is a team. This is pretty much self-explanatory what's happening. The Gamora shit is crazy. What happened with her? Oh, you can watch Endgame.
And I think the Rocket stuff, since you see his origin. So that's my question then. What Rocket's origin mean as much to you if that's where you're starting? Because if I would start at Guardians 3, I mean, fuck this stupid raccoon. But because I knew who Rocket was all these years ago, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, but
it makes me feel more closer to him.
But the reason why I would say you can watch part 3 is because it's like
you
watching,
can, but you got to be smart.
Yeah, but it's like watching episode 6 of Star Wars. They started with episode 6.
My favorite.
Then they went back and did the 1, 2, 3, episode 4, whatever.
Well,
they started
4,
with
5, 6. Yeah.
So if you just start somewhere, and if you have questions, then you can go, all right, what's the deal with Rocket Raccoon? Guardians 1, 2, Endgame.
That's actually interesting, to where I would, we've been in the MCU since the beginning.
Yeah.
2008. And we just kind of been on this like linear path where it's like, okay, so a linear path, right?
Yeah.
So like this way. So like, what if we start someone here and it's like, watch this and then go back and figure things out? Because that's a weird, that'd be interesting.
But think about it. When we had that debate, what phase was better? How many movies did we go that kind of was whack?
Well, that was my point the whole time.
But
a lot of the movies back
Yo,
then were like whatever.
I want to watch Marvel movie. Okay, you can watch Wakanda Forever. You can watch Infinity War and Endgame,
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Avengers.
And all the Avengers. I would even say
No, but if it was just a few movies, just like pick one of the 6. Pick one of these.
honestly, the Avengers 1, 2, Civil War, Black Panther. Yeah, I see that. I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Because these are the movies that are gonna capture you. If I say, yo, you can start with Ant-Man 1.
Oh, I'll punch you in the face when I see you again.
Yeah. Because not every movie, like, watch Infinity War and Endgame. And if you want to know what happened, then go back and watch it. Because now you get to see the story.
That's interesting. I played video games
Yeah.
that where you get the ending first, and then you have to go back and like piece it all together. Now, I'm not saying it's the right way to do it, but I think it would be interesting to see where a person who has never watched this, to have them start at the pinnacle and then kind of branch out. I think that would be crazy to see. That'd be crazy.
Because it's just one of those things where you would get more of an appreciation. Because if you actually pay attention to the movies after you've seen Infinity War and Endgame, the first phase, you might catch some stuff like, oh shit, he did this in this one, or that's where he got this from.
So this actually reminds me of a crazy like video game debate. Give me a sec here. The Yakuza games. Have you guys ever heard of Yakuza? Well, Yakuza, exactly what it sounds like. Now, the Yakuza games were big in Japan. Yakuza came to the States, and it was different. Japanese people have more patience than Americans, so they can read more text. It doesn't everything have to be about battle, whatever. So Yakuza 1, 2, 3, all of that shit happened way back in the day. I think up to 3. Keep me honest, Ty. So then they started remaking Yakuzas, right? And they remade Yakuza, and they made a remake of Yakuza. I think 3, 4, and 5. I'm a little lost there, but the point is, Yakuza 0 showed up. So technically, we had the old school versions of Yakuza 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? Or not the old school versions, but the versions that went concurrently. And then they made a new version of 0. So it was a prequel. So this game came out 2017, 2018, Yakuza 0, but it was a prequel to a PS2 game that came out in the 2000s. So that really fucked with people, right? So a lot of people were saying essentially what I wanted to propose to you now, Toe, is where it's like, do you play original Yakuza 1, 2, 3, and then do 0? So do it chronologically in release, or do you just play Yakuza 0 and then go and play the old ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's a prequel? So a lot of people had things to say about it, but Yakuza 1 that came out in the 2000s, as opposed to 2017 Yakuza 0, had stuff in it that when you played Yakuza 0, you'd be like, oh, I understand that a lot more. But some people were like, not really. So is it a situation where like you would want to start from here and then go back? I probably lost all of y'all. I lost myself a little bit there.
I think
No,
if I was gonna play the game,
saying.
if I was gonna play the game, or let's convert it to a movie.
So okay.
If I was gonna watch
So
that movie,
let's talk about Yakuza 1, 2, and 3.
yeah,
Came out in the 2000s, right? And then in the future, we already up to like Yakuza 5. But someone decides, okay, let's make Yakuza 0, which is set before the originals. So kind of like Star Wars. you guys should know what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm following
Yeah,
you perfectly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what makes more sense?
I
To-
would watch.
to theatrical release.
Nah, I would go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So here's my thing. In this case, to a person who's never seen them, like, I'm gonna go with Star Wars because I know that. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
gonna do well.
So you would suggest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
To somebody who's never seen it before,
Yeah.
chronological order, the way it came out.
Okay. That's what I would always say.
Because the big reveal of Vader being Luke's father gets ruined if you watch the prequels first.
Yeah.
And you want to experience that. To somebody who's seen them, like I've seen the new ones,
Like, you kinda
the
get
old ones
it.
when they came out, the
Yeah.
new ones hit. To someone who's seen it but just wants to watch it again, watch it 1 through the way it's supposed to be.
Because the reason I'm saying that, I played Yakuza 2 on the PS2, and I'm a stupid American, impatient American. I just couldn't get it. So then I just looked away from Yakuza. I played Yakuza 3, which was a demo on the PS3, and it just felt slow. So I just, whatever. But then I played 0, and I fell in love with 0 because it was remade within the time, it was done better because of the technology we had at the time. So then after 0, I went to 1. 1 was remade by this time. So they're like remaking all of them. So then I was thinking, I'm like, seeing shit in 0, I was like, damn, if I had played Yakuza 1 first, when it originally came out, certain things would make a lot more sense to me, especially characters that were in 1 that you see them younger in 0. So it's like that weird parallel. Like, I believe in release of the direction, like not theatrical release. Theatrical release, like the way that they came out. If episode 4, 5, 6 came out, and then 1, 2, 3 came out later, I prefer doing 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
As opposed to Toe, who said he rather. So Toe, if you had a shot at Star Wars again, you've never watched Star Wars, you had a shot at Star Wars again, you would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a big gap there, bro. There's a big gap. So you're watching new graphics and all of that shit, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going back to 70s 4, 5, 6. That's kind of wild.
I mean, when I did watch it in like I watched the cartoon and everything in order, I kind of appreciated 1, 2, and 3 more.
I respect it if you do.
Yeah.
I respect it if you do. Because it's something that so Yakuza meant a lot to me, the game.
Yeah.
Like, it really meant a lot to me. And I fucking wrestle back and forth with this shit all the time. Like, I ended up playing Yakuza 0 and then going and playing 1, 2 remade, where I could have just, don't get me started on the Metal Gear timeline, Ty. Don't get me started on that big boss shit.
Because if you think, going to Star Wars, like, just the thing is, like, if you watched episode 1, 2, 3, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6.
That's crazy.
Look, the reason why I put Rogue One in is because at the exact ending of Rogue One is the beginning of episode 4.
No, so I hear that.
So that's why
I've actually watched 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, so that's why I would, because it's one of those, you see this brand new movie and then it ends, it's like, oh shit, they did it, and now you went seamlessly into this fucking movie from the 60s, from the 80s and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can appreciate that, but I didn't understand. I understood, like, don't get me wrong, I understood Star Wars. I thought those movies was the most boring shit in the world.
4, 5, and 6?
Yeah. They were the most boring shit in the world.
4, 5, and 6 was rough.
Because I didn't know what was happening. All I knew is that they were bad fucking sword fighting.
I feel like the only reason I feel that way, though, is because of the time that I watched them.
Yeah,
I feel like if I would have watched them as a kid, it would have been good. But I watched 4, 5, and 6 like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
My boy was like, yo, you're the biggest nerd I know. How have you not watched Star Wars? And he goes, yo, at the very least, watch 4, 5, and 6. don't get me wrong, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed them, but obviously I could see the time. I could see the.
But I'm telling you now, if you wanted to get back into Star Wars, it would be either Clone Wars or just go straight into Mandalorian.
Ties Big Boss to Solid Snake.
Yeah. You know, somebody did. All right. Somebody did what you were saying, right? And they took their younger brother to go. He had never seen a Marvel movie in his life.
I seen that shit. The
And he
dude on
went to go
YouTube,
see-
and they just
yeah, he
put him
went
to
go
watch
see
Infinity.
Endgame.
Yeah, I seen that.
And his review of Endgame made it seem like one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, I seen that. He was like, "What the fuck is going on
Because he
here?"
was so lost.
Yeah, I seen that. The white kid. I seen that.
And Endgame, I mean, truly, Endgame does not.
It's top
It
notch.
does not answer anything. It does not explain anything.
It's
You
the
just already
conclusion.
have to know.
Yeah.
So there is prerequisites to, like you said, there's no prerequisite to Loki season 2. I would argue you have to see season 1 because the minute Miss Minute says something.
I said there's no prerequisite to Loki season 1 and no prerequisite to, like I said, Loki season 1 is not a prerequisite to Ant-Man Quantumania.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what he said.
All right, but all right.
You of course you have to see season 1 before you see season 2.
Okay,
But-
so then I misheard that. But my question, the whole reason why I brought up the Critical Role thing to emphasize the amount of shit for somebody who's new or casual. Did you see the face Cabs made when I said season 1 had 148 episodes of 4 to 5 hours? Do you know how ridiculous that is?
Yeah, but that's why I would have been like, yo, just start now and figure it out on the way.
And it's funny.
Yeah.
Look at Ty said it. Ty was talking about One Piece.
But
How do you start One Piece? Yeah, like.
But so the whole crux is, yeah, you could just literally start at any point in time that you want with any of these shows. But there's too much for you to build an affinity for any of these characters. Because there's a difference. But look at the three of us here. There's a difference between you, who thought 4, 5, and 6 were but then you went back and watched all of it, so now you have some sort of an appreciation for Star Wars. To me, who's watched when we were younger, I built the infinity for 4, 5, and 6, got through the prequels, into the sequels, into all this shit, and then Cabs, who he just saw it, and like he take it, leave it, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a big difference in that, and if you just take somebody and sit them down and go, hey,
at the
jump
beginning,
in anywhere in this last 13 years, 13 to 15 years.
Check it out. My birthday is March 2nd. I'm gonna take off that entire week, and I promise I'm watching all Star Wars.
Yo,
but keep me honest, and like, hey, Cabs, you gonna do that or what?
Yeah.
Remember that week that you took off, Toe, that you just watched the whole MCU in chronological order?
Yeah.
How magical was that?
Beautiful.
That, man.
It was
I
beautiful.
did that before my second to last job. Before I got it, I got the acceptance May 8th. I did not report to the job until May 28th. So I had 20 days of just bullshit. And I watched the MCU up until that point. This was 2018. So this was before Infinity War, before Endgame.
Shit.
This was this was Civil. This was hear me and rejoice. You've had the privilege.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yo, but here's the thing.
He's like a random person who doesn't know any of this shit.
You can't put him in the middle of the MCU.
No,
you can't just drop him in 2021.
13 years of movies.
Let me ask you a question, Cap. What do we say about Rogue One?
That it's the best of these new fucking Star Wars movies?
That movie made me go back and watch Clone Wars.
Well, that's what happens.
Yeah, so this is why I said you can if someone's like, how do I get into Marvel? Come watch this movie. This is supposed to be this. I explain a little bit.
That's a good point, Joe. That's a good point because a lot of people legit watched Infinity War and Endgame and said, all right, I'm going to go back. That is a good point.
Yeah, because to be
I'll
honest,
let y'all keep talking about it, but
Yeah.
that is a good point.
because on the strength of 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3, I'm not watching Clone Wars. I was like, yo, the Star Wars sucks. But Rogue One was like, yo, that was dope. And the way they did this and this, and then you're like, yo, if you really want to watch some good shit, watch Clone Wars. That's when I was like, okay, I watch Clone Wars. I watched fucking Solo. Then that wasn't nothing to, right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're a unique case because there's no legitimate reason in the world that if I was talking to somebody who's never watched Star Wars, there's no way I make the jump for them to watch Rogue One and then Clone Wars. That doesn't make sense for me. So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying to just jump in anywhere and you found your thing. Like that is a way to do it. The only thing I'm saying is, perfect example for the people who just jumped into Ahsoka without watching Rebels and Clone Wars. They did not build the affinity for Ahsoka, for Sabine, for Ezra. You know who they built the affinity for? Balin and Shin, the two new people that nobody else fucking knew.
I don't even
but
know what
that's not the viewer's fault. That is the writer's fault.
Okay.
So it's not too much content. It's too much bad content. Because in all honesty, here's the thing. And I'm gonna do a reference to wrestling because I've spoken to the man. Darius Carter. Right now, he's one of the top independent wrestlers on the Northeast section of America. This dude was on our show. He's one of the best wrestlers right now in the independent circuit.
Awesome. Shout out. Thank you for being on the show.
Yes. He is what they call a heel. A heel is a bad guy. I personally like the man. We've spoken personally a couple times, privately and all that. I like the person. And I asked him, I said, bro, how do you feel about me cheering you? He goes, I don't care. Because at the end of the match, it's my job to make you boo me. Now, these people go, this show isn't for people who haven't watched Clone Wars. If they went into it going, I don't care if you watch Clone Wars, because by the end of this show, I'm going to make you go watch Clone Wars. That's the fucking writing we need. That's the motivation we need. Because if they came in and said, you need to watch fucking Rebels in order to get Ahsoka, no. If you watch Ahsoka without watching Rebels, this is going to make you want to watch Rebels.
I'm lost.
I get, all right. I get that. But maybe it's because I've seen it from the beginning and maybe I have to step out of this conversation. But if I sat down and watched Infinity War, at no point do I turn around and go, yo, I gotta go back and watch Iron Man 1.
Now when you say it like that, I kind of disagree, because there was a lot of people who got into the whole Marvel hype because of the pinnacle that was Infinity War and Endgame, and then they went back and watched everything.
But what I'm saying is, there's nothing in Infinity War to explain to you that Tony Stark was in a cave, got shrapnel in his chest.
Sure.
Yeah. No. But here's the thing, though. But you're telling me
because that ride was so good, you're like, damn, I gotta see what the fuck led up to this.
But you're telling me that
I personally don't like that, but
that if you watch Endgame, that you're telling me that you wouldn't have been like, yo, this Captain America dude is badass, son.
Well, so
I gotta go check this nigga out.
So
what else did he do? You know what I'm saying?
We have the case study with that one dude who.
If I wasn't here, you guys would be fucking murdering each other.
No, not in this case. But we had that one case study.
Well, let me tell you something, Cap.
Fuck you. We had that one case study with that guy who saw Endgame without seeing anything.
Yes, yeah, I seen that.
One part of him wanted to go back and watch any of the movies
because he's stupid.
But you can't say that.
Yes, I can.
Well, all right, yeah, but
no. In all honesty, Infinity War and Endgame, what did you really need to know?
All
I
of
mean,
it.
shit, you need to
No,
know
no,
all
but
of it. Yeah.
If you was just watching it,
Dude, think about this. You
hold
had
up, time out. Because you
Well,
don't need to watch.
we
You don't
need
need to watch Fast and the Furious anything to watch 10.
because they don't
But they
really
don't add
they
up
stop
to
they
each
stop they
other,
stop
man.
linking. They stop
No.
linking after the second one.
But what I'm saying is, if you watch the movie, it's not like this was fucking Matrix 3 where
Well,
you
I mean,
sitting there
okay,
going, "What
okay,
the
okay.
fuck is going?" It was all action.
If you watch Endgame without watching anything else, and you need to differentiate Thanos 2014 from the original Thanos, that'll fucking fry your noodle. You're like,
And-
what the
Not
fuck?
to mention-
And if you really gave a
And
shit,
then
you
the-
would be
and
like,
then-
"Oh
and
wait,
then-
I gotta go watch you fucking
But that's the intrigue. That's the intrigue.
Avengers
Hold on.
1."
You're like, okay,
Hold on.
okay. This shit is too crazy. Although I didn't understand it, I enjoyed it. Now I want to go back, which did happen to a lot of people.
I think we're missing something here. The only reason you could throw somebody in Endgame and Infinity War and have them turn around and go, yo, I need to watch all the other ones, is they go in with somebody who specifically is showing them, and then at the end gonna turn around and be like, yo, this you need to catch up. This is the next one. This is the next one.
Well,
I
hold on.
disagree.
Now,
I
well,
disagree.
with-
I disagree, and the reason I disagree is because I literally saw it all over the internet, where a bunch of people who never watched this shit before, who got succumbed. I don't know if that's the word, but
it
like,
sound like a,
to the hype. They fed into the hype.
but the
I said, you know
hype
what? I'm gonna go watch this Endgame shit,
But the
and because
hype-
of that, they went back and started like, okay, what is all of this?
But the hype wasn't sitting down and watching the movies in a vacuum. The
I
hype
don't
was
know.
everybody saying the Marvel Cinematic Universe is good. You should watch it. You should watch it. They didn't just show up without hearing anything.
you can.
So the
I
movie
mean,
went, oh, this movie's good. Let me go back and watch the other ones. It all happened because
a
people
lot
were
of
telling
people,
them.
a lot of people started doing research on these movies after Endgame.
Yeah, and here's where I'm telling you that there's other outside forces. Because if people went,
you're right.
if people went out and did the research and watched all that shit, where are they now with the low viewership? With everybody complaining it's too much.
They can't keep up too much because it's too much homework. That's what I'm saying.
No,
it's too much homework. They can't keep up no more.
No, you know what
That's
happened?
literally what I've been saying.
You know what happened? All of these shows became filler episodes. You know why I stopped watching The Walking Dead? Because after 3 or 4 fucking filler episodes with none, you fuck this. I'm out.
But now to the point. Now, if you try to get back into The Walking Dead, there's like 4 more seasons you didn't watch. The other seasons of Walking Dead, the prequels. What's his name? Dylan or Darren has his own fucking shit.
It's different because he watched up to a certain point.
But
where
even
if
what
we
I'm
started
saying
at the end,
even if he jumps back in now, he's gonna turn around and be like, "Yo, where the fuck all this shit come from?"
Yeah, and if it was interesting, then I'll be like, hold on, wait, I gotta go back and watch the shit I missed.
It depends. It really just depends on the type of viewer that you are.
I think the issue is that
such
Cap
thing
can't
as
comprehend.
too much.
No,
Again, we're talking about people who are not into it like us.
Yeah.
and if there's someone who's not into it, the same way I was not into Star Wars, the same way Cabs is not into Star Wars, 3 movies is too much. The same way there's what, 4 Mockingbirds, Hunger Games. There's 4 Hunger Game movies.
Says 4 Mockingbirds.
One of them was a Mockingbird. There's 4. Let's say there's 4 of them.
Yeah,
That's too much. I'm not watching that shit. I'm not interested. I don't give a fuck. But if someone saw this last one and said, "Yo, that was pretty fucking good,"
Okay, so
let me go watch the other ones.
I will raise you 4 Mockingbirds, and I will show you 3 Maze Runners.
I still won't give a fuck.
yo,
I enjoyed
So-
Maze Runner.
so
Maze Runners.
Let's do it this way.
I appreciate that, Leon. You got on that quick.
So
Hey, yo.
you are not. You're
I
not
like Maze Runner.
the world's most enthusiastic reader. All right, you're not gonna sit down and read books on your own. Correct, right?
Yeah.
If I told you Here's my stack of fucking comics behind me.
That's different. We talking
No,
about
no, no,
reading.
no. We're gonna do this. Here's my whole stack. You got to read all of it.
That's reading.
Whether you
man.
do it or not, are you not gonna look at that and go, "God damn, how many fucking books you got?"
That's reading. You
but-
you can literally
hold
leave a movie. You can literally
Time
leave
out.
a movie on and go
No,
do
but-
shit.
Time
you know?
out,
But
time
see,
out, time out,
wait,
time out, time
leaving
out,
a
time out,
movie
time
on
out,
and
time
going
out,
doing
time out.
something else is not watching the
Time out.
fucking movie.
Hold on.
You can still watch.
Here's my
I
counter
get what
argument.
I'm just
Here's
saying.
my counter
Reading is
argument.
different. Reading is different.
Here's my counter argument, and I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the side of we're living in reality. I have not read any of these comics. I know the origin for most of these people we talk about because I did the research on YouTube and all the other information I can find on these fucking people. So, is it too many comics for me to read? No, because there's information I can get. I can get the cliff notes.
And
Oh,
again,
now who's Dr. Doom? You gotta read fucking Marvel 187 to 2096. That's too much to read. But who the fuck is Dr. Doom? This is Dr. Doom. This is the origin. This is what he is. This is how he fits in the MCU. Beautiful. So when he comes up on a shit that I want to see, there it goes.
yeah, but now,
But
See what
also,
you just
wait. Time out. Also, let me ask you this question, since Mister, there's too much. There's 6 episodes of Moon Knight. There's 8 episodes or 9 episodes of WandaVision. There's fucking 8 episodes of Miss Marvel and 6 episodes of Loki. That's not too much. That's one season of a regular show.
if you tell me that I have to watch all of them plus the movies to catch up to some shit, because I'm gonna go off of what you just said.
But hold on, wait. Have you watched all the movies and all those TV shows?
Yeah.
Of course I did.
So you did do it.
But dude, we're not talking about me.
No.
We're
Wait.
not talking about people who like this shit.
Wait
saying
a
it's too
minute.
much.
Wait a minute. You did do it. We all done it.
For 13 years.
So what's coming next? So what's coming next is not too much.
It took us
This
13
is
years.
what I don't. No.
Okay.
No, wait. Hold on.
Before
Before you speak, this is what I want to say. This is the reason why I personally do not like this argument. There's too much shit because you are taking away content from me. I don't give a fuck if you don't care about Marvel because you're not here. You're not in it. You have to make the sacrifice the same way I invested 10 fucking 15 years in this shit. That's on you. You don't want to do it? That's fine. There's no such thing as too much when I'm already caught up. If you got to make the sacrifice, you got to do it. Nobody can make that shit for you. And like I said, if you don't want to make the sacrifice, if you don't want to make the sacrifice and watch the shit, there's Cliff Notes. There's a bunch of motherfuckers out here that think they know everything about the fucking movie, and you can watch Quantum Mania in 5 minutes.
Screen Crush legit has a 25-minute video breaking down everything.
Can I comment on that? Here's the thing.
I still think there's too much to keep up
The first
with,
thing you said was...
Wait, hold up real quick. Taquan, is it really a chore to watch Echo in January? You're telling me that in January it's gonna be too much to watch Echo? We're in fucking November.
Yo,
from now, when this Thursday is the last episode of Loki.
I love
from
this
now, from now to January, it's too much for you, Taquan. You go to school, you go to school 8 months out of the fucking 12 months. You're not bitching about that. That's fine. You pay to go there. But God forbid you spend 1 hour a week for 6 weeks to watch a TV show. God forbid. It's too much now. Shoot me in the fucking face. God forbid. God forbid. Don't get me started with sitting in a fucking movie theater for 3 hours. Oh, Jesus.
Yo, if it was not for the fucking Echo trailer, and if it was not for the trailer Cabs put me onto for the Marvels, the motherfucker who just said I watched shit for 15 straight years, I was not looking forward to sitting in a fucking theater.
To be fair, Cap, you have emphatically stated how over the MCU you are. Toe is clearly not there. So we're saying two different things.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That the people who are saying it's too much are not us. But There's one thing
lazy
you said
motherfucker.
before. You said that if you had to read Doctor Doom from 1 to whatever, that it was too much, and that because you have the cliff notes, you're all right. If you try to sit there and like, oh, you have all these movies to watch, and instead you just get the cliff notes, guess what you're not doing? You're not watching from 1 all the way till now. So
But
then it's not too much
but
if
the
you don't
difference-
have to watch all
But
of it.
the difference is this: I don't read. I watch movies. So if you told me to watch all these movies, I would watch the movies. You're telling me to read the books. I'm not reading the book.
All right, let me ask you a question, Ben. Is there too much wrestling on TV?
There's a lot of wrestling.
There's a lot of wrestling, but I can't watch it.
But is there too much?
No.
So you watch every single thing.
And I just said I can't watch it
Why can't you watch it?
because wrestling's happening now while we're talking.
But you can watch it tomorrow.
No, how?
You can watch it at work.
How am I gonna watch NXT at work?
So I think that's where
You
I
can
think
watch
that's
it
the
afterwards.
point. I think that's the
Because
point
I
Cap
watch
is
AEW
making.
at work.
Hold on. I think that's the point Cap is making. Not everyone just has the time to
Yeah.
catch
No,
up.
no.
For 1 hour,
That's not what the point
for
he was
1 hour
making.
a day for
That's
fucking
not-
6 weeks, you can't sit down and find time to watch NXT. Like,
Oh no.
I mean, I get your argument. but
No, Mr. Asshole. I do find time to watch AEW because they have that
I'm
on their
here.
website.
I'm
No,
here.
they have that on their website. They don't have NXT on the fucking website where I can watch the shit at work.
Okay.
But we-
This is where you. No.
we recorded, you can
Also,
watch it
here's a
now.
little magical trick I got you. Yo, the Cavs. I learned this. Before we came on the podcast, just for this argument. Here's a little thing, Cavs. I want you to do this. Open up Google or Internet Explorer, whichever one you use. Type in DisneyPlus.com.
Disney.
dude,
Am I spelling plus?
Dad watches NXT
Yes.
tomorrow.
And-
Dad's gonna be watching
yeah.
NXT all day. When you come
Okay.
home, you can watch NXT for an
Okay.
hour.
No, look.
You can access Disney Plus by visiting. Yeah. What am I looking at?
Everything that we need you to watch is on that. You can watch it anytime.
I can see. Yeah.
There you go.
And I just explained how you can watch NXT tomorrow when you come home.
I can watch NXT tomorrow when I come home when Dad don't record NXT.
He
Because
does.
that DVR is fucking full of shit.
He does record NXT.
Yeah, he records it, but it's not there. How many times I try to watch some shit is not there and there's fucking an episode of CS of
how do I
fucking
know what's going on?
NCIS
So what you're
from
saying is, hold on.
2013.
So what you're saying is that streaming services are convenient for you.
Yeah, because I
No.
can't watch it when it's live.
But
Here's
we-
the thing, Cap. If
No,
we're
we
gonna
already-
keep it funky,
I love your optimism.
If
about
there was
all
a
of this.
way I can watch NWA, I would try it. If there was a way to watch fucking New Japan Pro Wrestling, I would try it. But the only thing I can watch is Monday Night Raw and fucking AEW right now.
But dude, we already got to the crux of this whole thing. You just want the content.
I think hold
Everyone-
on.
No.
Before we go any
hold on.
further, I think some
gotta say
people
this
have-
before
some-
I gotta say this before I
some
get taken
people
out of
have the
context
time,
here.
some people don't. Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta say this before it gets. It is perfectly fine. So for you to want the content, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that you wanting the content is bad or what. It's perfectly fine for you to sit there and
No.
say it's not enough. You want more.
Well,
I'm
first
not
off,
trying to stop you from wanting more. I'm just saying that for people like Show, or for people who are not into this,
It could be
it's
tough.
Hold
too
up.
much
Well,
for them.
okay, first off, for weeks I've been saying two things that I'm about to say. One, I've always said it wasn't enough. I've been saying that for weeks. And two, fuck those people.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for weeks.
No.
So
when
let-
you
can I-
say-
can-
no,
can I
when
tell
you
you
say
something?
those
Because here's the
people,
thing.
You
Here's the
get
thing.
record low viewership.
You just saw the trailer for Echo, right? And now you're hyped to see Echo. Comes out in January.
He saw
No.
he saw Daredevil and
No,
got
yeah,
hyped
yeah, but here's the thing though.
No, I
Here's
Daredevil was in
the
it for
shit.
0.2 seconds.
for like literally 2 seconds.
Here's the shit though, right? Based off of new viewers, if Marvel said, fuck it, we're gonna cancel Echo and Daredevil and Blade and every other fucking project that we have until these new viewers catch up, until the new viewers want to see it now. You're perfectly fine with that? Because the new viewers, there's too much?
You can't ask me that. A week ago, I said Marvel should fucking stop full blank and pick
So-
up years from now. So yes, I would be fine with that.
You would be fine with that.
Yes. I literally said Marvel should stop making
This is
shit.
why I
2
said that
weeks
this
ago.
this is
Yeah.
why I said that this argument is dumb, because Cap been said, like, Cap is ready to just
I'm
put
ready.
the knife in his mouth.
I'm
and
looking for the
fucking-
exit as the
yeah,
off-ramp.
he wants it.
But basically sold off.
Cap wants it.
Oh, so all right. So wait. So you want you want Marvel to end everything
He
because
been
the new
wanting
people
that. He been wanting that.
because there's too much for the new people to watch. That's why you want Marvel to end.
That's
No.
not the
No,
reason.
No. But that's my reasoning for them to end it.
So that's
why
unfair.
that's
unfair.
the question
That's
I
unfair.
asked you.
My
That was the
answer-
question I asked you.
That's unfair, Toe, because he been said he was over it.
No, but
Yeah.
that's the question I
that's
asked you.
unfair.
If,
Okay.
All right. So your question is, Marvel ends things.
You
to
would
let
be
new
fine.
viewers catch up.
No. You would be fine that Marvel ended everything now because there's too much for new viewers to catch up on.
Yes.
Okay.
I have to answer.
So
yes.
let's end it. Let's end it now.
I've already stated.
No,
that
if we're gonna
I'm
cater
cool with
to the
them.
new viewers,
I have to answer
then
yes.
then
I've
we'll cater
already
to them.
said
There's
so.
too much.
So here's the thing. So
You
here's the
won
thing.
me over. There's too much content. I can
So
never
here's
watch
the-
everything
so-
again.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. It might be easier for Cap to agree with that because he been over it. Cap been over it since Wakanda Forever.
Dude, I said 2 weeks ago, I argued that Marvel
Yeah.
should stop. Star Wars should just
he
stop.
He did say that.
So
he
whether
did
they
say
do
that.
it for new viewers to catch up or not,
So
I have
yeah.
to get consistent with my answer.
That's what I was. Whether it's for new viewers or overall, just it needs a stoppage. He been said
Look,
that. Now
but-
I will
but
tell you
he-
that. Let me tell you my angle on it. So, as a fan who still wants it all, like even though I'm telling, because we're doing a podcast here, where in a podcast your opinion is what's important, what you feel about it, but also we're giving information to people who are watching this. So I want to be as real as possible. Every time I review something, I will tell you the review score objectively, and then I will tell you my review score subjectively.
But
So, and I'm always doing that. So you can give me all the fucking Marvel in the world. I'm gonna fucking gobble that up. But for people who joined post phase 3 because of Infinity War, because of Endgame, who went back and did all the research, at this point, they're probably like, oh, no, I ain't signed up for all of this shit.
what here's
I
the
couldn't
thing.
give a fuck less what happens next. I'm done. That's
I
all
get
I'm
that.
saying.
I get that.
And I
but
think, Cap, you get
no,
what I'm
no.
saying, right? Yeah.
Here's what y'all misinterpreting why I take this personal. Because, and I'm gonna steal a line from Lay, you are fine with mediocrity. The thing is this: if all these shows and movies were bangers and no one's watching it, all right, bro, you're gonna have to stop. You're dead. Like there's nothing you can do now. But these shows and movies suck. Let's keep it funky. These shows and movies suck. They're not hitting compared to, especially compared to the first couple of phases. And now you say you should stop. That's an incomplete sentence because what you should be saying is stop making these bad shows. There's no excuse for the shit you gave us, whether it's Star Wars or Marvel or any other fucking thing. There's no excuse for them to give us that. And then for them to have the fucking audacity to go,
To just
well,
cut
no
it.
one, well, it's too much for people. It's too much, so we're gonna have to slow down. No, nigga,
When you
it's
say
not
it
too
like-
much.
when you
This
say
is
it like-
what
Okay.
this is my argument.
So none of us are wrong here, which is
Yeah.
why we don't need to argue. This
Yeah.
is just two good points. Where
yeah.
if Cap, like Cap says, if they were to just stop and be like, yo, listen, guys, we need a timeout. We'll see y'all in 5 years. I know there'll be a lot of people that'll be happy about that. But in that same regard, there's also people on your camp that would be like, no. You can't just give us all this garbage and then just leave.
But-
Fix it first and then leave.
But here's the
No,
point
don't
that I
leave to
made
give us
before.
shit again.
There's two good arguments here.
Yeah,
you know?
but here's the point I made before. The only way in this context
Great episode.
of Disney and Marvel and Star Wars, the only way to get them to fix their product is to walk away. Because when people truly turn around and go,
Like
yo,
yes,
fuck
like
that,
yes.
we're done, they have no choice but to now try to get us back with better writing, better directing. And we keep watching this shit. All Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy are going to do is sit there and go, they're watching it. We don't need to change. And I'm talking about, I'm not talking about Dave Filoni. I'm not talking about Jon Favreau or the other, or the comedy.
You talk about the Disney execs,
big money execs.
Yeah.
All they're gonna see is
they're
we're
still
watching.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna do shit about it.
But here's the thing, though.
And let me give you an example.
But we're not watching
in video game style. So Assassin's Creed was just pumping a new Assassin's Creed every year. That magic from the first couple of Assassin's Creed had faded. They had Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which was goated. You can still have a couple of hits here and there. But Assassin's Creed said, yo, you know what? We're going to back off for a minute. We're going to take a couple years off, and we're going to come back with something fresh and new. And they came back with Assassin's Creed Origin, which, honestly, I don't like. I like the old form. I like what they were doing before that. But Assassin's Creed got back into the stratosphere again because it was a new format. People jumped on it, whatever. Thank you, Ty. That's exactly what it is. But some people, but let me get to this last point. After Origin, they came out with Odyssey. And Odyssey is probably, out of the newer Assassin's Creed, Odyssey was like one of the best ones. Had two really good protagonists. Then after that, it was the Viking one with Valhalla, which was okay. But then you know what Assassin's Creed did? They said, you know what? We're going to take some more time off, and we're going to go back to the original recipe. And then they came out with Assassin's Creed Mirage, which just dropped, which did okay, but nothing crazy. So at the end of the day, I think both of your arguments make sense. Where it's like, I get where you're coming from, Toe. Like, bro, you can't just, don't leave us here. Fix this shit first. And then you can walk up to the sunset. And Cap is like, nah, bro, press the button. We need time off. Both of you guys are right.
I'm only going from a business standpoint of how to make them change.
But,
you got to stop giving them money.
Listen, this is a protest. I agree.
You're thinking a lot more personally.
No. Well, the protest. I've said in the earlier stage we had to do that. I've made that argument. We had the protest and all that other shit. What I'm saying is, this is taking all of the blame off of the writers. This is too easy.
Stop.
Because if we're all demanding better episodes, or better shows, better content, Marvel needs to demand better content. Mahershala Ali?
Marshall Ali, yeah. He demanded better content.
Demanding better content from Blade.
He legit did that, yeah.
And people are going, this motherfucker's never gonna make Blade. And then they go, well, in the original shit, there was only one fight scene and Blade wasn't even in it. The fuck? And then they do it again. There's 4 other people that are main characters instead of a Blade. The fuck? This is what I'm talking about. They're settling for mediocrity. And my shit ain't, take off 4 years and come back with the same old shit. No.
Like,
no.
Do it now.
Because we're going to reference video games. WWE 2K19 was one of the worst was it 19 or 20?
19 was great.
Oh, so 2K20
was the
2K20 was one of the worst games. I literally only had one match in that game. It was the worst game they ever made. And what they say? Yo, we're going to take this year off and we're going to revamp everything. We're going to make it better. 2K22 came out and they fixed all the shit and they made that one hell of a game. If Marvel was on some, yo, listen, we're going to scrap the fucking Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty movies, and the Marvels is the last movie we're coming out with. No, the Marvel's the last movie we're coming out with, and in 3 or 4 years, we're gonna come out with Phase 6, and it's gonna be something new, and we're literally gonna wipe the slate and do a whole new Marvel.
Oh, that just hurt my heart.
Then it'll be like, you know what? Fuck it. Okay. You want to start a whole new Marvel? We're gonna start from scratch, and by that time you have your Fantastic Four, you have your X-Men, all other shit. We'll see what you do then. But that first movie you come out with for 4 years from now, that shit better not be on none of the levels of the movies that we just finished watching. That shit better be fucking bangers.
If you take the time off, then there is a
because right now,
it would need to be good.
Because right now, I'm living in a world where it's okay to keep fucking up, and it's not for me. Because I'm never gonna accept, we had this problem, or like if you're in a relationship and it's a toxic relationship, you take a break for 3 months and then you come back to a toxic relationship. That's not happening.
Well,
what's the point of the break?
That's why you take the time off.
But I'm advocating, if you're in a toxic relationship, not to take a break for 3 months and come back. I'm arguing, get the fuck out of that relationship.
Just cut it. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Your argument is take time off and come back, and I'm saying if they come back in 5 years, it's gonna be a fucking toxic relationship again because nothing's gonna change. They're gonna assume that the influx of cash, because everybody wants to see them again, is gonna be right where we left off, and now here goes shit after shit after shit after shit after shit.
Just so we're clear, I'm personally advocating. Kevin Feige told this perfect story from Iron Man 1 to Endgame. Boom, you did it. We had it. Good. I don't need to see any more of it. So when I say I'm looking for the off ramp to be done and ended, I'm talking about end it. The way of the fucking Western. Like, we don't revisit this shit until 50 years from now when somebody's like, yo, you remember when we used to do this shit? Like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Cabs' take a break and relax and come back in 5 years. I'm talking about we won. Star Wars. You did your movies. We won.
I would agree.
Do you feel the same way about Star Wars?
Yeah. To be completely honest, because here's the thing, right?
I think Cap is getting old.
No, you know what it is though? These arguments are big. I'm gonna let Cap finish, but these arguments are based off of, and I'm gonna keep saying this, 6-episode series.
Well,
they're based off a 6-episode series.
And some movies.
Yeah, but think about this shit, Cabs.
No, I'm in. But it's okay. Listen, it's hard not to listen to what Cap is saying not take it into consideration. And look, I wish that Hollywood and the money machine worked how you are saying it, Cap. Yo, we did Iron Man to Endgame. That shit was a beautiful story. Let's cut it. But that's not how the industry works.
No, I get
We're trying to churn out money. And you, of course. So, like, I would want all the Marvel in the world, good, bad, ugly, whatever. But it's hard to ignore what's happening. And if your opinion is like, yo, just fucking cut this shit, cool. Then there's some people who would say, yo, give it a year or two. And then there's people like Toe, like, no, give me more and just fucking fix it. No argument is wrong there.
Yeah, I'm not saying anybody's wrong, but
argument
to the Star Wars shit, they did their movies, right?
I feel like Star Wars should have been over.
The Star Wars fans will not accept new fucking shit.
Yeah.
Well,
the Star Wars fan base is they don't want new. They don't want anything different than what George Lucas wants. So we can't tackle any new ground. The only new ground we can tackle is with the same characters that we've had. And yeah, can it be good? Yes. But if you can only stay in this pond at a certain point, no matter how good the swimming in this pond is, you're gonna get out of the water. You can only fucking be in there for so long.
I love your fucking example.
Right?
You gotta get out of the water. Go and have yourself a nice ham and cheese and a Dorito sandwich.
And then again, with Marvel, you've demonstrated to us that you could tell that I don't care what anybody says. Good movies, bad movies, Thor 2, Iron Man 3.
The Infinity Saga was amazing.
Told the perfect fucking story.
They really did.
For 13 years.
They really did. Yeah, it was flawless.
So now when you show me that out of let's just say 15 projects since then, right? I don't know the exact number, but
somewhat, yeah.
Right? When you show me that 5 out of your 15 projects are really good and 10 are bad to well, now one or two things happen. Either one, everybody who worked on that perfect story you got rid of and brought in new idiots, or you ran out of fucking story.
Or the third option, are you just over it and looking for the off ramp?
No, well, I'm
Cap personally.
Yeah. Or anybody. Because the off-ramp narrative is real, Cap. It's not just you.
Yeah.
There is legit fans who've been here forever who's like, yo, I just can't anymore. And it's understandable.
Then I'm looking for the off-ramp because
the
option I think is happening is
Leon, be careful saying that in this podcast. The last time that was said with me and Le was a fucking bloodbath. We was on here for 5 hours doing a fucking I love that episode so much, by the way. It was a good episode. I was here for 5 hours doing that tier list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I say I'm looking for the off-ramp is because you literally have shown me you don't have any more story to tell. You can tell me that you're doing the fucking multiverse saga, but none of these movies connect. No, Shang-Chi's a one and done. It came out literally the other day in the article. Shang-Chi was an experiment. The Eternals was an experiment. They never had any other plans to do any other movies except for throwing them into the Avengers shit. All right, so Ms. Marvel gets a fucking shine. Moon Knight doesn't connect to anything. Thor: Love and Thunder did its own fucking thing.
We're not talking about that.
I don't care good or bad. Doctor Strange did its own fucking thing. Incursions are different from what the fuck is happening with time and fucking Loki, because Loki's dealing with shit that's branching, timelines that are branching off, and Incursion is a different universe coming in, colliding with us. Is a universe a branching timeline? Is it not? None of this shit connects. None of your story fucking works because there is no story.
I mean, you've come on here
and nothing.
You come on here.
You
have come on here and said that
or keep telling me that Kang is supposed to be a badass, but every version of Kang you put in front of me, you easily killed. Which motherfucker's the badass? It's not Victor Timely. He's soup. It's not He Who Remains. He's dead. It's not the guy in Kang the Conqueror. Yeah. He's fucking gone. It's not any of the idiots in the fucking Council of Kangs. They're literally sitting back and waiting for some. What the fuck are we supposed to be watching?
So this is the problem.
Fuck is the story?
So this is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem, which is what I've been saying from the beginning.
Yeah.
Where it's like the Infinity Saga had 13 years to just do its thing. When we started talking about Phase 4 and Phase 5 and all of that, the first thing I said was like, yo, Marvel, you don't got another 13 years. You got 5 at best.
Yeah.
And they have not done the best with those 5 years. Especially when it comes to the big bad Kang.
I just want to point this out. There is 2 ways of thought in this. Vin's way of thinking, Toad's way of thinking of, dude, all this shit sucks. You have to do better. Is legit.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? But the second way of thinking is,
I'm done.
I'm not waiting for you to get better. Fuck you. If you somehow get better, then maybe I'll check it out. But until then, I don't give a fuck what you're doing.
But then the problem with that thought is that we ignore the good that has been done.
But now, again,
don't tell me it doesn't connect, Cap, because you have said here emphatically on this podcast that the problem with Marvel is that too much shit connects. And I've been saying lately the problem is that shit don't connect.
No, so we are both
shit doesn't
saying,
have to connect.
We are both saying the same thing. My problem is that you're telling us that all this shit has to connect. And the reality is it's not connecting.
You know
that's where I'm saying too much shit is supposed to be connected. Where the fuck is it connected?
You know what the issue is?
Where are these pipes going, Mario?
You know what the issue is? This is the issue. This is the issue. The discussion started with there's too much content for new people. And now it's ending with me and Cap fighting the same war on two different fronts.
Well, yeah.
Where it's I'm demanding they do better, and Cap is going,
I'm done with y'all.
I'm out until you do better.
I might need to come back even if you do.
Yeah, but that's what it is.
But that's that internet. That's that internet narrative that it's like, damn, like we was here for you, bro. Give us a shot. We'll be back. And we've shown glimpses.
Yo,
you know.
But in all honesty, you can't blame either one of us because
no, you can't. It's two good points. It's two good points.
Yeah, but it's
100%.
It's like how many times are we gonna be disappointed from what you told us? It's I love to keep going back to She-Hulk.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep doing it. Fuck anybody that got a problem with it.
She-Hulk was not terrible.
No, it's not. But this is the thing.
But yeah,
what the character that played She-Hulk said in the first episode is what Marvel told us in the San Diego Comic-Con when they introduced Phase 4, 5, and 6. They said, this is a lawyer show. And they had no courtroom shit in it. They had writers that didn't know how to write for
there was
lawyer
courtroom
shows.
Shit in it. It just didn't work.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't know how to write for lawyer shows. And then we got
the only
cameos.
reason we're saying that is because of what they said.
Yeah. And then they got cameos. And then they said, oh,
Good
Phase 4, 5, and 6, we got Shang-Chi, we got this, we got New Avengers, we got fucking Kang. It's gonna be crazy. We got multiverse shit. It's gonna be out this world. There's gonna be multiverse of madness. And we're all sitting there going,
where's it at?
My man, you a trickless magician right now. And Cap said this before. If they would have shut the fuck up and never said anything, we probably would have been more hype.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You showed us your hand.
It's the hype machine.
You showed us your hand and bluffed. And this is the issue now.
Now we're calling you on your bluff.
And we're letting them.
Did they bluff or did we go all in?
No, they bluffed.
Yo.
They bluffed because here's the thing.
And I'm just asking. The
reason why I'm saying they bluffed is because their executives, their fucking publicists are making the fucking narrative that it's our fault that shit isn't succeeding and that there's too much content. Because I guarantee you now, the same way I'm saying it is the same way that people who've been watching it are saying it. There's not too much content. There's not enough content. How the fuck you gonna give me 6 episodes of a show and explain the fucking multiverse to me? Or explain fucking Moon Knight? Where's season 2 of Moon Knight? We're asking for more shit because we need more shit.
The meme of Patrick Bateman, Christopher, what's his name? Christian Bale. He's like, why isn't it possible?
No, dude, with 116 episodes, we did this comic book podcast, and I swear to God, 98 of them, I'm saying there's a fucking hand sticking out of the ocean, and we had 15 fucking projects, and not one of them fucking mentioned that shit.
I'm done.
It's like,
yo. I swear to God, 75% of our episodes you ask about that.
Brett, this is where we're getting at.
Yo,
you fucking you're making excuses. They're making excuses for their fucking incompetence.
That's so funny, bro. Wow. That's so
It's
funny.
not hard. Literally, we have pulled
That's so
storylines on
funny.
how shit can work out of our ass. Pie in the sky. How there's only one fucking timeline,
And like 75% of the time, you right on those.
and it's just pulling out my ass. Before
so
y'all get on,
funny.
I'm like this. And then I hear bloop when you get out. I'm like, oh, let me go. And then we talk about this shit, and we come up with some shit that's fucking fire. And these motherfuckers get paid to give us this bullshit.
That's so funny, man. That shit was legit. That shit made me laugh for real.
Do you realize? So you said you're blaming the writers, and
I'm blaming all of them.
yeah, are
Everybody.
some of the writers to blame? Yes, but you told me that Blade was the fourth lead, and that it was a patriarchal takedown with 3 female leads. He's a fucking vampire hunter.
I'm even blaming the security guard on the lots of Marvel for the fucking bullshit.
When you see shit like that, okay, yeah, some of the writers are fucking, I don't know, some of the writers should not have gotten more of this shit in their fucking strike. But
so funny.
But the majority of the writers, when you hear like, I guarantee you, Neil DaCosta, the director for the Marvels, had a script, sat down, was like, I'm gonna make this movie. And I guarantee you, Kevin Feige or somebody at Marvel or somebody at Disney turned around and went, hey, you need to do this. And they went back and did a month or 2 of reshoots. And the trailer I just watched had some shit that when I saw it, I was like, ooh, okay.
There's some new shit in there for sure. Yeah, 100%.
My second thought was, that's the reshoot. That's the shit where the director was like, okay, here's the movie we're making. And then other people came in and said,
here's the movie we want.
This is the movie we want you to make.
Yeah, 100%. 1 minute. But I mean, hasn't that always been the case?
But now, has it always been the case? Jon Favreau seemed to be able to make all 3 of the Iron Mans he wanted without interference from the studio. All 3 of the Captain Americas seemed to go off without interference from the studio. Civil War went off without a hitch. Endgame and Infinity War went off without a hitch. All the Thors went off without, except for Thor 2. Thor 2 got messed with a little.
But this is the multiversal problem, where I feel like Feige needs to keep this more close to the chest, because it is. Back in the day, I could tell you, yo, this is the film. And we keeping this connected. Now you got to keep the connections. You got to keep in mind the multiverse. You got to keep in mind variants.
So here was my solution to this problem. I don't know if I said it on this podcast or if I just said it in the car to tell on the way to work. My solution was hire writers who know the comics, love the characters, and are into the story you want to tell. Writers that are going to sit here and go, okay, what's the story we're telling in this arc? And we write all the movies to that arc. All right, hire those writers. Fuck all these directors who want to put their own spin. Just hire somebody who could put a camera and capture the action.
And that's the problem.
Because I'm sorry for all those people who are like, why would I work with Marvel? I don't get to make art. I get that. I don't need you to make art.
I need you to make what Feige wants you to make.
That's supposed to be a bigger part of the fucking story.
Facts. And that's the real problem, Cap.
Yeah.
The problem is that now we're getting all of these amazing directors and people who, no, we don't need you to put your spin on the MCU.
Yeah.
We need you to direct what Feige is telling you to direct.
Like Taika, you wanted to make your own fucking Thor. Cool, good on you. That's not what the fuck we needed.
That's not what we need. 100%. 100%. I'm
so
glad.
All these directors who don't want to work because they don't want to make good, don't work with Marvel. Okay, just give me somebody who's competent in putting a camera to capture action, and writers who know the story, love the characters, and want to continue it. And I guarantee you, we will have a cohesive fucking set of movies, and they can all be They can all be different because the writers are gonna write the movie that we need, the first act, second act, third act, middle, beginning, end, and they're gonna know where to tie in the other movies, how to tie in the other movies, and nobody's gonna fucking be upset.
We don't need your artsy fartsy shit. This isn't a
Yeah.
Sundance Film Festival.
Martin
We need you to
Scorsese.
continue the MCU continuity. We don't need your
Yeah. Martin
sprinkle on
Scorsese said
it.
that the
Facts.
MCU. Martin Scorsese said the MCU movies are like going to a theme park ride. Well, guess what? Theme park rides are fucking phenomenal.
Awesome. They're awesome.
To go to a theme park, everybody loves to fucking go to a theme park.
No, and here's my take on this shit. All these motherfuckers that are winning Oscars
Great.
are in movie theaters in fucking Western Alabama, and they only show from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. because they need to be in theaters to be nominated.
Some indie shit.
And you stole the fucking Oscar from our girl from Wakanda Forever.
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
Yeah. So fuck you with your directing.
Facts.
Because I will argue that some of the movies that are outside of Marvel suck.
Suck dick.
And if you made good movies, you would have beaten Marvel. Problem is, you don't make good movies. There's no more Face Off. There's no more fucking Fugitives. There's no more Con Airs. We don't see any of that shit. What do we see in the movie theaters? Fast and the Furious and fucking Marvel. So your bitch ass ain't making good movies. So kiss my ass.
You know what I saw the other day? And I'm glad that we all kind of came to this point because now we can move on. And Leon, I want to talk to you about my favorite Assassin's Creed because you're going to be blown away. I saw a post the other day that said, whatever happened to the child sports movies, the Sandlots, the Mighty Ducks, the Little Giants, even Heavyweights. You guys seen Heavyweights?
Yeah.
With Ben Stiller and all the
Yeah.
fat kids at camp? Classic.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what anybody tells me. That's a classic. But yo, Camp Nowhere, which didn't have to do with physicality, but Camp Nowhere, where the kids take all of their parents' summer camp money for them, and they do their own camp with Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd. Yo,
Yeah.
Camp Nowhere. If you've never seen Camp Nowhere, I always wanted to do that because these kids were just wilding in summer camp. Anyways, so I seen someone say that. And it's like, yeah, and my point is, there's so much that you can pinpoint to the movies and all of that shit that isn't doing well. But if you find your niche, if you find your space in these in the movie industry, like you'll be all right. Like, yo, all of those dumb movies, like all of those dumb Netflix comedy movies with like B or C tier actors, yo, sometimes I like to get a little happy at the crib and just watch those and just have a good fucking time, just laugh. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like everything nowadays is just up at the forefront of everybody. Just everyone needs to have an opinion about it. Everyone got to say their thing. It's like back in the day, we could enjoy. Yo, Joe Dirt.
Gotta keep on keeping on.
Joe Dirt is like an amazing movie to me. But when you look at Joe Dirt for what it is, come on. That's a goofy, dumb movie.
Yeah.
But to me, it was fantastic.
Yo, and
he's not any whisker duties or whips or daisies. And, that whole scene where he's just talking about fireworks is insane, bro. It's a good scene.
And yo, listen, to even talk about that, you can't sit here and talk about how no one wants to direct a Marvel movie and blah, 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 because let's think about it. You took the Rocky franchise and turned it into a fucking another form of, I don't want to say Fast and the Furious, but action movie. There's no real depth in Creed. Not the way Rocky was. Adrian had you crying on the beach with that fucking scene. There is no tomorrow is a fucking meme now. These kids will never understand what that means. Yeah, they won on a fucking award with Rocky 1.
That's funny you say that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to talk about why would you make a Marvel movie? Because that happens to be the best of the shit that you make? Where are your movies? And don't tell me no one's funner than your fucking Martin Scorsese. Where are you? If John Leck was if John Leck if
The Pest.
what a lot of lies stuck in this.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio don't want to do your movie. You're not doing a movie. How many movies have we seen have came out with Brad Pitt and all these? With what are they doing? The same shit that they're doing here with a little bit of comedy. It really doesn't mean nothing. That movie with Brad Pitt where he fought fucking Bruce Lee out of nowhere. Him and Ryan Gosling.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is fantastic.
Yeah, but it was what. But is that a movie that's like, yo, you gotta
you do not need to see that movie.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I loved it. It was it's an indie. It's a Tarantino film.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. It's like The Departed. I would say is a movie you gotta see.
That is a movie you need to see.
You know, Inception is also a pretty good movie. But where are they at? Few and far between.
So then I've been talking a lot about this. I feel like people's attention spans aren't there anymore either. And that shit even happens with video games.
You know why? Because the shit is bad.
Because I feel like there's too much out there though.
Yo, but here's the thing though.
There's so much content that you can just go anywhere you want.
Leon's been here since the beginning of the show. If he wasn't interested in the shit we were saying, he wouldn't be here.
I think even like good stuff.
And we've been out for 2.5 hours.
Yeah. But I would say this because even in video games, this happens. Even like fucking Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was like amazing. You don't hear anyone talking about Oppenheimer anymore.
I didn't even watch it.
You don't hear it. Let's look at video games, right? This year, we had one of the best video games of all time come out. One of the highest rated video games come out this year. I'm not talking about Baldur's Gate. I'm talking about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom. That shit reviewed better than any other Zelda game. That shit came out in March. Yo, no one talks about that shit anymore. Back in the day, we would talk about shit for years. We're still talking about the Sandlot.
Yeah.
I quote the Sandlot every day.
Yeah.
Yo, people are to that point. Certain things past that test, like Elden Ring, is still being fucking talked about.
People don't.
Now,
From Software games as a whole are always talked about, but the narrative on Elden Ring is it won its Game of the Year and people moved on. Yo. Now, and this is unfair because of all of the LGBTQ plus stuff that was attached to it. But Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy shattered records. And that's because of the anti-machine saying, yo, fuck all of this woke agenda. Let's just buy the game. But yo, the game actually turned out to be really good. No one talks about that shit anymore. Like that, yo, things come and go so fast nowadays. It's a great game, Leon, but there's just so much other good games. Yo, 2023 has been an insane year for gaming.
Dude, there's legit, I think, like 10 to maybe 12 legit contenders for Game of the Year.
Bangers. Yo, Street Fighter has always been a predominant fighting franchise, always at the top. Poor Mortal Kombat. You could just never get there. Sorry to any Mortal Kombat fans in the world. But if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you need to understand that you're always going to be number 2 to Street Fighter. I don't write the rules. And in a year where Street Fighter 6 dropped the game that worked online, visually looked great, had a campaign mode, which, yo, the World Tour mode is incredible. This shit hit a 9.2 on Metacritic. And everyone's just like, the esports scene obviously still carries this game on because it's the esports scene. That's what you do. You talk about these kind of competitive games. People have moved on from Street Fighter 6. I'm telling you, shit don't last anymore. Baldur's Gate. People stop talking about Baldur's Gate. Not as much. It's still fresh. Starfield. Like, I feel like
Starfield came and
and disappeared. Starfield came and disappeared. It wasn't the greatest game. There's problems with it though.
Yeah, Lords of the Fallen came. The wave came, and as soon as people played it, they're like,
Lies of P. Lies of P has been one of the best Souls-like games that isn't a From Software Souls-like game, and we'll see more of it. But it's like, I feel like shit just moves so fast nowadays.
Well,
where it's like we still talking about Super Mario 3.
Yeah. Well, also that's the thing though.
Now, question to you. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Do you think Mario 64 is better than Super Mario 3?
No, the Super Mario 3 is like the ultimate.
Technically, and Mario 64 is the better game. But I feel like we had so much time to appreciate shit before that it's hard to move on from it. Where it's like now it's like, yeah, that was nice, but I've seen that before. Yeah, that was cool, but I've seen that already.
Well, you know, nostalgia.
Are we running out of creativity?
I've been saying that for years. Originality, yes, but also now there is too much half-assed. We're living in a generation where they give you a broken game.
Phone it in.
Yeah, they give you a broken game. We'll fix it. We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it later.
And I'm sorry, you got 15 minutes of me playing Cyberpunk, and I don't give a fuck how much they fix it and how good that game is now. I'm never touching that shit again.
It's really good.
Never touching that shit again.
It's really good.
But
I didn't have. You played it on PC though, right?
No, on Xbox.
Okay,
Yeah,
I played
it.
Regular Xbox or
the Series X.
Because on the PS5 that shit was fine to me, but on the PS4 was rough.
But it was one of those.
So Leon, I'm sorry, Leon. No. Mario Galaxy is incredible. Mario Galaxy is the better game than both Mario 3, Super Mario, and maybe 64. But people just forget about shit too quick. I'm sorry, your take on Cyberpunk.
It's not even just Cyberpunk. It's just the thing is, the more you give us shit, the more we're not gonna appreciate. Like Lords of the Fallen. It's a good game. It's not my type of game, but I play it because it's co-op. I'm a co-op guy.
Facts.
I like playing with Cap. So unless I'm playing with Cap, I'm not really doing it. My type of game my type of game would have been NBA 2K.
Yeah.
But because every year they came out with the same exact game, they just changed the numbers. I got to the point where it's like, I don't care what you did this time.
I'm not giving you $70 this time.
I don't care what you did this time.
Yeah.
Because what I'm seeing is the price goes up, the quality goes down, and I'm paying for it. Nah.
Yo, let me tell you, when Street Fighter 2 first came out on the Super Nintendo, it was $64.99 plus tax. The reason we are so mad at game pricing now is because we're paying for it. And you buy a game and you don't even have time for it anymore.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Yo,
and now these games be $100.
When you were 6, 7 years old, 10 years old, I could have brought you the biggest piece of crap video game and you would cherish that shit.
Yep.
Ninja Turtles 1 on the Nintendo is one of the worst and hardest video games of all time. But a lot of people remember that shit fondly.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, I would challenge anybody to put that game in on the NES and play it. And you'll be like, you'll have nightmares. You'll be like, what is this? Like, yeah.
You know what's crazy? Ninja Gaiden, which we never passed the first fucking board, I remember playing every day. But that fucking train can never get past the train. And fucking Battletoads.
Battletoads was that was different. Battletoads wasn't, it was marketed to kids, but it wasn't made for kids. You needed cognitive motor skills for that game. If you was 10 or less, you wasn't ready for that. You needed to be a teenager at least to play that game. I wasn't ready for that game. That was too much. It was no. But I wanted to talk to Leon right quick. So Leon says, but here's the problem: the gaming industry is not good anymore. Yo, Leon, 2023 was a banger of a year. June alone, we had Diablo 4, which I know, it was still a good game. Seasonally, we could talk about it. But then we also have Final Fantasy 16 and Street Fighter 2. And that's just in June. We had Spider-Man just released. Baldur's Gate has been in early development for a while, but it released. We had Hogwarts. It's been a good year. But I wanted to talk to you, Leon, because you said your favorite Assassin's Creed was Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and fantastic. You're going to hate my favorite Assassin's Creed. My favorite Assassin's Creed was Assassin's Creed 3. There was just, I get it, Connor or Raton Hakedon, which is his name. I think that's how you say it. Yeah. I get that he wasn't the best character, but sneaking around through the frontier, the first time we got tree climbing and we had those assassination missions in the frontier, that shit is goated. I loved just traversing the frontier.
Yeah.
And then next to that, I would probably say Black Flag.
You know what's funny? That's the same reason why I love Splinter Cell. But I rage quit Splinter Cell and I couldn't get past like the third board.
It's fine.
But I love the fact that you could sneak around. You had to shoot the cameras. You had to drag the guy into the thing.
Dude,
It's those
you
little.
talk about the first Splinter Cell for the original Xbox.
Yes.
How fucking revolutionary was that? That
Yeah.
you had to take out lights.
Yeah.
If you want to sneak past this person, take out the light.
Yeah. You had to make the noises over there for them to go. Yeah.
The coolest thing was when you would do the jump in between like a small hallway and then do the split on top.
Yeah.
So you go pop, 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 split. And then you literally have people going under you. Man.
Yeah.
When I was I was like 14, 15, maybe 16, maybe a little older than that. I used to just edit videos for no reason. You should just edit videos and just put music behind them and just edit videos on Windows Movie Maker. I wasn't getting paid. This was what a fun evening to me was. 6 hours editing a 3-minute video. This was some of the best times of my life. I made a video which was Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid versus Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell. That was one of my favorite videos. The song that I used with that, ready, steady, go. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, I would kill to have that video in my possession right now.
Shit.
I would love to have that fucking video. I made so much of those. If that PC could have read the amount of time that I spent on Windows Movie Maker, it had at least 2, 3, maybe 4,000 hours. I fucking edited so much videos. I was like in the forums, remember, way before Instagram and YouTube and all of that. We had gaming forums. There's still forums out there, but that's all we had. I was in a gaming forum and I like created the banner for it. I was like top admin. Everybody was like, oh, man, you gonna drop your new video today, man? What's up? I was a fucking god on those forums. Fucking 14, 15 years old. Oh, man, it was some good times. It was a good time. Was WWE 2K, dude? 20 was good. No, 19 was good.
19, 13.
22 was okay.
23.
Which was the one with Rey Mysterio on the cover? 22, right? Oh, okay.
23.
Okay.
Yeah. 19 and 13 were probably the best overall game. This story mode for 23, the best fucking story mode ever. If you if you want to get the full experience of what it's like to be a WWE superstar, this story mode is the fucking pinnacle.
Yeah,
Leon, do you mind saying how old you are? Because if you really want a good wrestling game, just order a Nintendo 64 from Amazon. It's like $50, and then get WCW NWO Revenge. If you really want the best wrestling game of all time.
any THQ video game.
Yo, I would say WrestleMania
Even-
2000 for this
Yo,
one fact.
bro.
I brought it up before.
Reyes on 22. Yeah.
Yo,
that
dude.
one was good.
Yo, Cabs, if you're into mixed martial arts, you get the Xbox 360, UFC 1 and 2.
Undisputed?
Yeah.
Michael Bisping. I had like 1,000 matches online on that shit. Yeah, I was a problem with Bisping.
The minute they went to EA Sports, you could ask Cap. I was like, nah, they killed it.
So I mistakenly bought a yearly subscription to EA.
Yeah.
So it's like $30 a year, and you get like free EA titles here and there. I bought it by mistake, and then it refreshed in December. It was $30. I said, who cares? And I downloaded the most recent UFC. Garbage.
Yo,
nothing beats Undisputed.
Yeah.
UFC 5 has actually been rated the highest any UFC game has ever been rated.
I get it, but that Undisputed it felt different. And the ground game felt better.
Yeah.
Like it was the ground game felt more intuitive than the EA joint.
You can ask Cap. I had a book with all the fighters and all the divisions, and I would make my own pay-per-view, not fight anything, and literally spend hours just watching the computer fight each other. Write down the thing. I had my own rankings. I had my own title shot.
Toe, do you understand? You could have put that on the internet.
Yeah.
And just have people gamble fake money. And you would have blown up.
Yeah.
You would have blown up with that shit. I used to do that. I used to NFL 2K5, I used to simulate seasons and just watch them play. And no lie, you could put that shit on the internet and have people gamble fake money. Dude, crazy. Undisputed was so good though, Toe.
Yeah.
Dude, I was in the service with a guy, my last duty station, who played for the East Carolina Pirates. It's a college basketball team that was actually in the last EA NCAA basketball game that they made. And he was in the game, not by name, because you couldn't put the names and all that shit, but he was on the team that was in that game. And he would just get his player, simulate seasons, and watch how all four of the seasons go. And
amazing.
It changes.
Amazing.
Yo, real quick before we end it.
One thing for you. The UFC that you're talking about, are you talking about the one with Brock in the cover, or are you talking about the one with Buddy with the monkey ears on the cover? I'm talking about 2009.
Dude, you got to be more. You got to give us more than just monkey ears.
I forget the guy's name, man. I forget the guy's name. Hold on, Undisputed.
The one with Brock.
Okay.
No.
I know this guy's name too.
Anderson Silva.
Well, no. Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva rock the guy that I'm talking about.
Name Marquardt?
Oh, Richard Franklin?
No. I forget this fucking guy's name.
Oh, Forrest Griffin.
It probably was. Let me see.
I got you right now.
If it's ears, it's probably Franklin.
It has to be Franklin. Forrest Griffin. It was Forrest Griffin. That's the UFC that I played. And then I played the Brock Lesnar one a little bit. But I played the one with Griffin in the cover.
So this is the first one.
That's the one that I played.
UFC 3 was when they introduced Pride.
Okay.
Bro, axe Cap. I would go to Japan because the first round was 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And just fucking mollywop niggas. Bro, it was there was nothing better than just fucking fighting someone and beating the living. Yo,
Yeah.
I lost a fight to Matt Serra in UFC 2. And this was my career mode. I was undefeated. I lost to Matt Serra. I said, fuck this. I made my wrestling better. And for 5 straight rounds, I destroyed Matt Serra's ribs. His ribs were black because it's the first game that they actually had the bruising.
Yeah, you can see
His ribs were black, and he was like this. Every time I fucking swung at his body, he dropped. And then I said, you know what? It's over now. And then I just knocked his ass out in the field. I wanted to punish him. Bro, it was beautiful.
I love that. The Undisputed series was incredible. But
Yeah,
that's the
man.
one I played, the one with Forrest Griffin in the
Yeah.
cover.
Yo, but all 3 of those, I would say, are fucking phenomenal games.
Did you play Fight Night Round 3?
I believe.
Yeah.
Was that for PS2?
That was for the Xbox 360 and the PS3.
Yeah.
That was where you could do the cut animation, where you had to like control the cutting with your.
Oh yeah.
That shit. You could make your own career mode and shit.
Yo,
I played that. Like when you like hit them, they were like it only showed their like torso and up.
Yeah.
But like when you would like knock them out, you see it in slow mo.
Yo,
I played that game like crazy.
Dude, I was in a career mode and I was literally fighting Holyfield. And for 9 rounds, every round, he knocked me down. And I'm getting up. And yo, dude, we went to decision, but it was like from round 1 to round 12, he knocked me down. It was like, I was no way I'm beating this fucking guy. And I'm just going in there, left eye. And you see him like this, like he's covering his eye. And for some reason, I just could not knock this nigga out. And then he touched me and I'm out. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Leon, the one that I'm talking about was a release title. So it was out 05 when the Xbox first came out. Fight Night Round 3 for the Xbox 360. Yo, the graphics were on point.
Yeah.
Yo, like
it made you feel like you was in the fight.
Yo, man, that game was so good.
Yeah. But all right, yo,
so good.
Real quick, Echo.
Oh shit.
The minute I saw Kingpin, I was like, I'm getting this. Ooh, I got the chills.
Yeah.
I got the chills.
I got the door smashing vibes.
Yeah.
I got the door smashing vibes. But like they made it rated R.
Yeah.
Which anything with Kingpin in it needs to be rated R.
It's
how I feel.
TVMA.
What TVMA?
Yeah, because there's a distinction because Deadpool is proper rated R.
Yeah.
And now it's reported that Blade is going to be the second proper rated R MCU movie.
I'll take TVMA though. That's fine. We could see some shit there. I'm excited. Obviously Matt Murdock is going to be in there. We knew that already, but to be honest, I'm just kind of happy to have some, you know me, ground level stuff. Yeah. Just I'm glad to have that. What's the last street level shit we've had?
Captain Winter Soldier?
Yes.
Would you consider Secret Invasion? No. That had to do with the Kree and the Skrull. Yeah. So it had to be Moon Knight. And that was celestial as well. You know, it had gods and, you know, all of that.
That came after Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Moon Knight came after Falcon.
Okay.
It came after the first 3. The first 3 was Wanda, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, and then the next year March
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye came out in November, and then that next March we got Moon Knight. Yeah, we got Moon Knight. I think it was 2021.
Yeah, and Miss Marvel ain't.
So she's street level, but it was cosmic.
Yeah,
but
it was like isolation. It was just her. It wasn't.
Still, that's street level.
Yeah,
like Falcon Winter Soldier was street level. Moon Knight street level. Hawkeye was my favorite street. I feel like there's gonna be some Hawkeye vibes here.
Oh no, She-Hulk.
There's gonna be some Hawkeye vibes here in this one, and I'm cool with that.
Dude,
I would love
Yeah,
to
I
see.
wouldn't mind that.
I would love to see Kate Bishop.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
She-Hulk doesn't count. It was a lawyer show.
yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
true.
it doesn't count.
Yeah, that was low level.
Yeah, that was lower level.
Yeah, no,
That,
but
that was underground parking
yeah,
lot.
Yeah,
but, yo,
that
but
was-
not for it. Just it. Echo
There's a
felt
vibe.
like they
There's
humbled us.
There's a vibe. There's a
Yeah,
vibe.
this is more story driven. This is more character driven. You want acting in this, my man, Vincent D'Onofrio. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, yo, give him the award now. I know I saw the trailer.
Masterclass.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Masterclass.
My
I
thought,
love how fidgety his Kingpin is.
Yeah,
He's so uneasy. Like he looks uncomfortable to be himself. It's almost like he's scared of himself.
Yeah,
I
'cause
love
he's-
that shit.
because he's supposed to be brute force.
I love it. He's so good. My God.
Yeah, Cap.
here's my thoughts. I heard all the rumors. I heard all the problems it had.
Yeah.
They're dropping it all at once. And then I saw the trailer and I went, wait a minute. This is the show you couldn't figure out? It looks like you figured it out. But I have since watched the trailer again.
Let's keep it
And,
funky.
yeah.
I'm keeping expectations clear. Moving
Yeah.
forward,
Because that first viewing, my expectations jumped. I was like, oh, I am fully on board. And then I watched it again and I went, okay,
let's think about it.
I've seen good trailers to shit movies before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch. The trailer has got me interested in watching.
Yeah, facts. A
So
lot of
I'm
people
going to watch.
a lot of people felt that way. Like, oh shit, I wasn't even interested like that, but this looks okay. Yeah, that's all we need.
The thing is, it looks like they're taking it serious.
Yeah.
That's all I want. If
It's
if you're gonna do something,
It's
take it
easier.
seriously.
It's easier to take street level stuff more serious.
yeah.
It's more gritty. It's darker. It's something that we can all resonate with. At the end of the day, we all know what it's like to walk down a dark alley or a bad neighborhood.
Yeah,
You know, which is why that kind of shit sticks out. And even when they try to be funny about it, like the tracksuit guys from Hawkeye,
yeah.
they were idiots, but they were still part of a mafia that would
And
do.
We
things
all
to
know.
you.
We all know those idiots. We're
That's
like,
what-
how are
yeah.
these guys?
Exactly. We all know those idiots. Exactly my point.
but you know,
street level shit is just easy to hold on to,
Yeah,
and I mean
and-
it's New York, so
and it's also very easy to connect with the characters. Like for Loki, 90% of this fucking show is Loki, Sylvia, and Morbius,
yeah,
and you're already connected with them. But OB comes in, and I don't want to say it's the comedy relief, but it's the explanation guy.
he's kind of that and comedy
Yeah,
relief
yeah,
together.
but-
Comic relief.
But if something happened to OB, you wouldn't be like, oh shit, because nothing besides him and Kang writing the book together and all that, like you're not getting any connection to that. Where I'm pretty sure in Echo, there's gonna be someone that she cares about that is gonna be in there, and you're gonna be like, yo, you gotta save him. You gotta
I feel like a lot of people are gonna die on that show.
yeah, like I don't want to say it's cosmic because there's plenty of outer space shit. Look at Starship Troopers.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not impossible to make a show that has people connected to it. But I think with the whole Loki shit, it's like it's not a bad show. It's they're acting it great, but it's very let's get everything over with until Loki comes on the screen.
That you want to know the biggest problem with everything right now? I have sat here and said Loki is probably the best written, the best acted, the best directed shit we've got in a long time, regardless of your Marvel or Star Wars. Tom Hiddleston is killing it. And the problem is, it doesn't matter. And I'm not saying like you don't have to watch it or whatever. I'm just saying no matter how good it is, nobody's watching it. It doesn't matter.
It's unfortunate, but
Like Toad just said, OB, great. I can't pronounce his name, but the guy who's playing OB, he's
Yeah.
phenomenal in there.
Yeah.
And you just hear Toad go, if he dies, who gives a shit? Like that's the problem with it. No matter, even when it's good, who cares?
I mean, did you really feel affected when this girl killed all those people in the box?
I did.
I mean,
Because it was a visceral.
it was
I
crazy.
connected because it was a visceral moment, and for her to stand true to her word, I'm like, no,
That
we
was
care
cool.
more
That was
about
cool.
the
Flex.
team.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
but
Yeah.
you connected to her.
I found something to connect to. Yes.
Yeah. So listen, I'm not saying that part was bad and it's not connectable, but sometimes when you're doing, for lack of a better phrase, a mass killing in a show, there's got to be more than one person that you're connecting to. Because for this, if they would have just killed her, I kind of felt like it would have meant more.
But see, so
Like if the room was empty and they just killed her.
So this brings my point of it. No matter what side you're on, it doesn't matter, because you're saying if they would have connected more people, at least one or two more, it would have meant more. Or if she was by herself, it would have meant more. Where me, I actually connected to the main woman, and the fact that nobody else took Agent 13's side. They all just stood there and accepted their fate. That connected me. But I found a connection to it, but it doesn't matter. Toad didn't find one. Or
No, I found a connection to her.
He didn't, yeah, but he didn't find like an overall connection like I did.
I felt like it could have been better.
Yeah. So now, flip side, Toad feels like it could have been better, but it doesn't matter. I found a connection to it. See, that's the weird dynamic that we're in now.
Yes. Where the MCU means so much different things to so much different people. So it's almost like a waste of time to argue about it.
Yeah, I mean it's also like
Yeah,
I'm at the point where I'm at the point where it's
we
like
argue about it.
I'm nitpicking because of the I'm arguing the lazy writing or the lazy progress of which these shows are made. It's not the actors. The actors are giving, like, even Kang. I understand what you're saying, Kaz, because at points it's like, all right, my nigga, we know your comments.
Just say the line.
Like, yeah, when you gave homeboy the hot chocolate, the hot cocoa, and you did the, I was like, what was that?
Just say the line.
What was that?
Yeah.
That was too much. But
I hate that they call it chocolate soup. That's weird.
Yeah, and it's just like I feel like there's so much more. Because remember, man, we came from an era where you had to think about everything.
Yeah.
Like it's not even Marvel anymore. It's like the movies we watched. Everything meant something. Saw. If you didn't catch it, something meant to, all the mystery shows, the fucking detective shows we watched, fucking even the like Family Matters and all that other shit. Something connected with something else.
The Saw 1 plot twist that he was there laying down the whole time is crazy.
Yeah,
you can't top shit like that.
Yeah, and it's like we grew up where school made us critically think.
Yeah,
it wasn't. You didn't go to school to find out 1 + 1 was 2. You went to school to find out why you needed to know 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like now,
it's not about knowing it; it's about understanding why you need to know it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a good point.
It's like, yo, don't just take my word for it. Figure this shit out for yourself.
Show your work. That's literally what you show your work. Yeah, that's a good point.
Because the thing is, like, everyone can have the same answer, but how did you get to it?
Yeah.
You know, and nowadays I'm still in that mindset. Like, I don't want to lose that mindset. So it's like, damn, you just glossed over this shit. This shit could have been fucking so much better. You know, this like, I'm not saying it's a bad show because it's not, but this is where the benefit of more episodes longer than you know. I'm not asking for dragging.
I really enjoyed episode 5.
Yeah, but you know, it's
Really
just
liked episode 5.
I honestly felt just in Sylvie's part. This is where you see they're on a fucking that digital screen you're talking about.
The volume.
That McDonald's looks like they put a cardboard box of McDonald's up and stairs.
It's a set. It's definitely a set.
Yeah, I was like, damn, son, can this get any worse? And then I'm starting to think it's Sylvie's fault just for her acting. Just that character, the character in this now is becoming. You didn't give a fuck about any of these people when you killed Kang, and he told you that this was gonna happen. But now it's a problem. Now you have to save everyone. You had the option to save everyone when you didn't kill him.
I see that I see that. Look, I see that Cap is about to get into something. Save that for next time. I gotta go to sleep. Yeah, I saw it. Cap was bubbling in there. No. You guys could go. I'm not refereeing anymore. I got an early morning tomorrow.
But so next week
we can continue that talk next week.
You gonna watch the Marvels?
Not this week, man. The week after. I can't this week. Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry. You guys are gonna go this Sunday, right?
I'm gonna try.
I'm sorry.
Hopefully.
I can't go this weekend, man. It's a busy weekend.
Now, who knows? Based on the projections that I've heard, it might not even be in the theaters next week. It might be a one and done.
That's fine. I could get it for cheaper that way.
They're gonna release all the episodes on one movie showing.
I have it is apparently tracking very low. It's saying that it's tracking for a worse opening than Flash, which I don't believe.
This is the thing. It's irregardless of how good the movie actually is. It could be good.
I think it's especially a Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel movie. I think the movie's gonna be great, but people are just not gonna want to watch. But yeah, I gotta go. Sorry about that.
And on that note,
on that note, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out.